Hey guys, at the moment I'm struggling a little bit with the settings. Apparently I was not able to use the event that I planned, and that's why I had to change it a little bit. So please give me a few seconds to cancel the other event, because it seems like it's not going to work that way, unfortunately. But it's awesome that already some people are showing up in the chat and say hi to me. So hi back to you. And as I said, I have to cancel the other event, and then I will be totally there for you. Okay. I mean, it's very, very sad that it didn't work out. I don't know, for some reason I got the error message that the signal that I broadcast to YouTube is not good enough for whatever reason, and that's why now I tried it with the normal stream setting, and apparently it's working. So I don't know what this is supposed to mean. All right. And then I'm going to greet you in a proper way. Don't worry. Okay. Apparently I can go for some warning or something like that at the event that I just planned. And then I can cancel it. But it's awesome at least that this is working. And so at least I can actually go for the live stream, because I was already a little bit sad that it maybe it's not going to work. Okay. And then I also have to communicate, at least at the Discord and on social media, that I had to change it, because now I tweeted out that tweeted out a link where the live stream is going to take place, and unfortunately it's not. That's not cool. Okay. All right, now I have to find the link for this live stream. Sometimes it takes some time. Thank you, Loie, for the kind words. I'll try to answer this quite quickly, David Taylor. He asked about how I can connect the controller, or how can I show the controller in the live stream or in our videos as well. There is a website. I have to look it up what the name is. I guess it's something like Gamepad Viewer or Gamepad Viewer. I have to look it up. Yeah, it's gamepadviewer.com. And then if you're using some sort of a software to record your games, you can implement this live controller input in the recording. So it's only for if you're actually recording your games. So I posted the link right now. I'm Spider-Man. What about you? All right, that's very interesting. Okay, so now I try to find the new link. As I said, sometimes it's not working properly or not easy to find the link, but I did quite easily this time. And then I tweet out, and then I'm also activating my camera. At the moment I had to have it turned off, but I planned to do this whole thing with camera or face cam, because I think it's a little bit weird when it's like this, where you just hear the voice but you don't see anyone talking. I don't know, I guess you can give some feedback in the chat, but I think it's better that way. It's always like that it's not working like you wanted. In this case with a planned event. I think it was very nice to have a planned event and already can post a link and stuff like that, but too bad and it's not working. For whatever reason, I have to find out what the reason was, what the problems were. Okay, so there's the link. I will post the link on the Discord as well. And then we can focus on live streaming. I mean, this is also nice. Chris, would be nice if you can ask in English, because obviously this channel and the whole community is a majority is English speaking, at least. And so he's asking about the Xbox playoff finals, which are going to take place in Hamburg. And no, I don't know where they are going to take place actually in Hamburg. I hope you can understand English, Chris. Otherwise, I'm going to answer you in German. But in general, we try to keep this stream in English to make it accessible for everybody. Okay. Closing some tabs. You have to keep this clean and neat. James Matthews, he's asking about if it's still viable to play the basic gold card of Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think so, yes. Like a few days ago, I recommended it to a colleague of mine who's trying to get to Elite. And I think it's still viable. Ronaldo, in my point of view, has the whole package. Has a very good finishing. He's not as strong if you compare to other Team of the Season cards, but he has still a very good jumping value, decent strength, obviously very quick, solid dribbling and also passing. And for some reason, I think Cristiano Ronaldo always has some very good player model, maybe. I don't know. He has the whole package. Quick, fast, obviously this is the same, but he's quick, he has very good shooting, he's dangerous in the air, so he's still fitting very good in the meta, even though you can have some crazy Team of the Season cards now with this amount of coins, but I still think that Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best options. Oh, okay, Chris, yeah. Merova, nice to see you here as well. I don't know if you just joined, but I just explained it to the other guys that unfortunately I was not able to use the event that I planned because for whatever reason it said to me that the signal is not good and that I can't go live with this. And now I tried the normal streaming setting and apparently this is working, for my surprise. Okay, now, so first step obviously is that I have the controller connected, and now I will try to set it up in a way that I also can sit here, talk to you guys, and you can see me. But I have to reposition my microphone so that it's possible. So give me a few seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to screw up something. Okay, this looks good. Looks good. Yeah, I'm going to change it here now to gameplay as well, so I can actually see what I'm doing. And there's my controller. And now comes the big moment, the face reveal, so to say. I'm not quite sure if the angle is right. Maybe I have to fix it. But apparently it's perfect, at least for now. So hi guys. Very nice that you joined already. Yeah, now I have to open the chat as well. So just to give you an idea what's going on, why I'm sitting a little bit awkward here. So here in front of me is the monitor of the gameplay. So here I can play and stuff like that. And in this direction where also the camera is the chat. So, and also my monitor of the computer. So if I want to change something, look something up, etc., look in the chat, I will look in that direction. Alright, so Merova now is informed what was happening in the past. I don't know how I should call you, S7S. I will just go for that. I think now we come to the conclusion that in the end of June and July it doesn't make a lot of sense to go for really hardcore tutorial videos. So maybe I think this is something for FIFA 20, but obviously the free kicks are going to be changed quite a lot in FIFA 20. So we are going to publish tutorial videos on that topic for sure. But I think then it's also going to include the second and third player actually taking the free kicks. I think it's going to be very interesting what you can try at FIFA 20 then. Yes, I'm German, Isaac. Tutorial about time finishing, I don't understand how it works. We have a tutorial video about this topic. It's one of the first tutorials. It's still in the old, or it's an old or another thumbnail design. It's right in the beginning, I guess in the beginning of September. You can find it on our channel for sure if you look for time finishing. There I explain the mechanic, how it works, what you try to do, and in what kind of way. And I think this should cover the basics about time finishing. Ederson or Alisson? Okay, I guess we can start this stream with some casual questions like that to get in the flow, and then at some point I'm going to start playing. So Ederson or Alisson? I played both. I played way more with Ederson because I had him as a player pick, as you can see here. I have to turn down the volume of the monitor a little bit. And I had him as a player pick, the red Ederson here, and that's why I played him quite a lot. We can look at the number of games. It's roughly 180, and for me it's good. He's super quick, obviously, in comparison to other goalkeepers. I guess he's the fastest goalkeeper in the whole game, and he also has a trait that he rushes out of goals, so you have to get used of this because you have to be decisive. When you run out with a goalkeeper, you have to be decisive, and with him, it's not like that you can maybe try to fake it, because he's going to be already so far off up the pitch that you have to stick with it and run out with him. So you have to get used to this. And he's good, he's decent. A lot of people complained. I guess the majority of people that played with Alisson said that he's not a good goalkeeper. I played roughly maybe also 40 games or so with Alisson, maybe a one weekend league, and I don't had any problems with him. So for me, both were quite on the same level in the goal, and I didn't had really a huge difference between these two. So I guess it's down to personal preference, to be honest. I was expecting this question to show up. Why do I have the Team of the Year version of Mbappé and not the Team of the Season, even though the Team of the Season would have full chemistry? Yes, this is a quite obvious question, and it's also quite easy to answer. I bought him, and this sounds a little bit weird, I bought him as a sub. Before I had this team, I had a different team, and I had a lot of coins, but I wasn't able to fit Neymar and Mbappé both in the squad because I wanted to play the Team of the Season version of Neymar. And I hadn't enough coins for both of them and also the surrounding team. So I bought Mbappé as a sub, and this was during the time when the League 1 or League 1 Team of the Season was out, and it was in the beginning of the weekend league. So the Team of the Season was released on Friday, and I wanted to buy him on Saturday, and I had the fear, and I was right with that the price of the Team of the Season Mbappé is going to crush harder, is going to go down more than of the Team of the Year. And that's why I bought the Team of the Year, and also I wanted to play him as a sub. So that's why for me it was better to buy the Team of the Year version, because for the sub it doesn't matter if he's a right forward or if he's a striker. And also I didn't had as much of an issue with the price going down. I still lost money on him, but it doesn't really matter because it was worth it for me to have him in my team. And now I know how I want to play him, but when I now sell him and buy the Team of the Season version, obviously I lose a lot of coins on taxes, and that's why this move doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And if you compare these two players, Team of the Year Mbappé with 7 chemistry and the Team of the Season Mbappé with 10 chemistry and a chemistry style applied, you will notice that the difference is very marginal. And you can say like I have the marksman chemistry style on him. These 3 attributes, dribbling, shooting, and physics, is not as high or not as good boosted for the Team of the Year with 7 chemistry as the Team of the Season with full chemistry. But the other stuff, for example passing, is much better with the Team of the Year. So I think it's a total valid option to play the Team of the Year in the striker position. To give you a short answer to this one. So it was a very long answer, obviously. What is the impact of manager on players? I mean, you can get 1 chemistry point from a manager, and it's either down to nation or down to the league that he's playing or that he's assigned to. In this case, I have a manager from the Netherlands, so every player who's also from the Netherlands gains 1 chemistry, and then also he's from the Ligue 1, and that's why every player from the Ligue 1 is gaining 1 chemistry. And why did I use this combination for a manager? Because Van Dijk and also Mbappé both are not on full chemistry, and that's why I needed a manager who's either from the Ligue 1 or French, or the other way around. He's from the Netherlands, or he's a manager from the Premier League, and that's why I went with this manager. And then also something which I want to point out is a lot of people say that Van der Sar is the best goalkeeper in the game. Even the mid version might be better than the prime version because of reaction and also of the pace of the card. And if you apply a chemistry style to this goalkeeper, a lot of the values are already maxed out. And this is my first game, so I just bought him. I don't know how good he is. I will try him out. I wanted to see if this is true, and I want to look something up because yesterday he was extinct all the time, so it's hard to buy him because there's so much hype around him that he's extinct, and I had to wait a little bit. I also could have bought the prime version, but I decided to go for this one, and we'll see how this is working out. Alright. Hey man, did you went to an EA event? I mean, what do you mean? I went to a lot of different EA events in the past, and I'm going to be also, hopefully in the future. We are part of the Game Changer network, so we get quite frequently invited to events, and this is also something that I can point out, obviously, is as soon as there are information on FIFA 20, this is the place to be, because we will be the first ones to have our hands on. So far I haven't played FIFA 20, but I think there's a decent chance, at least at Gamescom, that I'm going to play FIFA 20, and also might be able to produce the first videos. We did that last year. Alright, thank you for all the activity in the chat. This is very nice. This is awesome that I'm not sitting here totally awkward alone and actually can have a conversation here. Would you be able to play some games on my account? No, this is not allowed, and you should try to improve for yourself and don't try to get something going like this. I have a 24, I don't know, 24 inches, yes, exactly. It's inches is the same in the US, or in English how you say it in German, so 24 inches. Alright, I have to play a team fitness card. One thing I want to look up, because last Weekend League, the prices for team fitness or squad fitness were totally increased. They exploded, so to say, and I want to see what the price for them is at the moment. I guess this is a little bit too cheap. Okay, they're still a little bit inflated, maybe quite a lot. Okay, so if you can buy them for 1k, I think this is decent. I still have enough. Maybe tomorrow they will decrease a little bit more, or we'll see about it. What's your camera setting? So I hopefully set up a bot, Nightbot, to... He's not here. Let me check that. Or maybe it's the camera? No, it's let me see if he's... Oh, I have to rejoin him. Okay. So, maybe is he here now? Okay, now the Nightbot, the bot is in the channel. So I have like camera as a command, because I know this is asked quite a lot. Then also, I guess it's tactics. It's also a command, tactics. I will try to post it from my side, but yeah, there it is. So, because a lot of people are going to ask about my tactics, I guess. And then I also have Discord. So, because we have an open Discord, everybody can join. A lot of people look. It's amazing what's going on at the Discord. So many people are active, share opinions, thoughts, provide each other help. It's very awesome, and you can join for free. We want to build a growing community, or we want to build a community which is growing, which is helping each other on getting better at the game. And so if you're new to this channel, you can join our Discord. The link is available if you type in !! Discord, and at some point there should be, it's maybe there it is. And you can join for free. And one question was, what are the rewards? The rewards are like also Team of the Season rewards. The big 4 leagues, I don't know, is it 4 leagues? But at least the big leagues, I guess, Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, and Serie A. And what about Ligue 1? I guess these 5 leagues. And then also the most consistent team, the community TaZz, is also part of the rewards. So I think it's not as good as before, but it's still quite decent. And why do you look like me? I don't know. Do you look similar to Christian Eriksen? Because some people say I do. And I don't know. And some, yeah, I mean, I guess now this is good. Okay, so just to give a disclaimer at the beginning, I will have to find out how to balance this. I want to play decent. I want to play good. For me, it's, even though when I do recordings and live streams in German, I struggle a lot to play at my normal level. So I try to be maybe in the beginning a little bit more calm, not say as much, and then build up from this, right? So don't expect me talking all the time, reading the chat and stuff like that. The main focus is on playing good, and then also trying to explain what I'm doing. And then I will have to find out how this is going to work out, how much I can talk. Maybe I will see. As I said, if I'm not fully there with my thoughts, it happens a lot that I'm not playing as good as I want to. And then I'm really frustrated. And maybe I have to change something about the settings. Maybe I have to get rid of the controller input and stuff like that. So this is our first opponent. Mr. Handicap is his squad name or team name. He has some decent Team of the Season cards, not really major ones. Kenny Lalala is good, Alisson is good. I like Nedved. He was a very good icon in the beginning of FIFA 19. So it's a decent team, but also some gold cards. All right. So now I'm already struggling with the cable here, because you can see the live controller input. So this is live for the input of the controller. And luckily it does give me some time to find the right setup here. And I'm a little bit afraid that it's going to disconnect from the controller. I will have to check how this looks at the moment. But alright, I can sit here and play. I think this is going to work. Okay. I have Instagram, yes. But to be totally honest, I don't use that as much. I always think about maybe to do more on Instagram, but I don't use it as much. But it's Benjamin_Drexler, and you can also find the link in the description of this live stream. At least I hope so. I at least set it up. Okay. So defensive is my game plan that I have described at the tactics command of the bot. And so this was good. First interception. And usually, so what my game plan is heavy reliant is a safe build up, safe dribbling, safe passes, and take it from there, right? And if the right opportunity is there, I try to go for good counter attack. Running fake shot is a big thing at the moment, so I did that here. Try to play it around. La Croqueta is obviously a big part of the game at the moment. And I didn't play much with this team at the already, so this is quite new. I will also maybe go for some volley attempts. I didn't do it in the first attacks, but I noticed that I'm a little bit reliant on, but I will explain it as soon as it happened. Wow, this was a very interesting attempt by my opponent, so it seems like he is quite adjusted to the meta as well. So I have to be quite focused, I guess. So this is a good situation to counter-attack. And also maybe to play a through pass, but it was a very nice interception by my opponent. So my Cristiano Ronaldo made a very good run. Okay. So now he put up some pressing. So this is a good time to look at the radar. I wasn't able to play it out safely. Very good pass. Very good pass by my opponent. I don't know, Bamba. I don't know what is his weak foot, but he could have scored from this. Definitely. So this is not very good for me to have such a big chance already for my opponent. Alright, this is a good position. But okay, I will try to be a little bit calmer because at the moment it's not working for me in the attack. I can play the ball onto Mbappe. And I think, wow, this was pretty amazing from Van Bissaka that he was able to win this aerial duel against my Cristiano Ronaldo. But this is also some of the major advantages of Havertz, as you can see. So I'm playing Kai Havertz. He's amazing in the air. And I guess it was just a normal L1 cross. I already forgot the exact thing that I did, but I guess I did an El Tornado cross before that. I like to play the crosses on the second post, and I do that with L1 and crossing. So I'm using the PlayStation terms because I'm used to PlayStation. Easy 1-2 pass with Mbappe, trying for another 1-2 pass. So it's very hard to keep up for my opponent. And another one, L1 cross on Kai Havertz. So this is obviously at the moment a very big part of the meta, to go for these crosses on the second post. Didn't play this pass on Kai Havertz because I didn't like the passing angle. And I thought I was able to maintain ball possession, but I wasn't. Okay. A lot of close dribbling here. Some of it with the precision dribbling. Okay, don't play this pass because I was afraid that he's going to be offside. Get the right back on board on this attack. And now I'm going to circle it around a little bit in the midfield, because I didn't like the crossing situation, and I tried to play it out from here. Try to combine a little bit. And I wanted to pull back to set up a much better crossing position, because I think if I would have gone for the cross, there would have been a decent chance that he just intercepted, and that's why I wanted to pull back and get a better crossing situation. But it was also it was defended quite good from my opponent. So my opponent is moving the goalkeeper quite aggressively. I could try to outplay him a little bit, but I like to go for short corners and go for 1 versus 1 and then go for the crossing situation. So this is something, if you notice that your opponent is pulling out the goalkeeper at the corners, I really like to go for the short corners, and with such strong skill moves like the La Croqueta, it's very hard to defend in a 1 versus 1 from my opponent's view. And then you can go for this L1 cross. So it's a high chipped cross, and if you have very good players in the air, there's a decent chance that you're winning this aerial duel, and then obviously score. Very good defended by my opponent. So now he's putting up some pressure. I guess he's playing pressing after loss of ball possession. As you can see, a lot of pressure here always on my players. So you try to find the open man, circle around the ball, and that's the way to get rid of the pressure. A lot of switch of sides is also good. I guess there's going to be some situations also in some other games. I shouldn't have gone for this one, but still alive. And now I'll try to cut in. Obviously with La Coquetas it's very good. And this is like maybe the problem if I'm commentating. I'm losing a little bit of focus and the really attempt to get in the box and score a goal, right? So this was a nice move by my opponent. Try to cover the wing now in a 1-versus-1 defending. This is quite important, I guess. A lot of people tend to not defend this and defend in the middle, but I don't like it because you then don't have much control over the wing. So I'm usually defend 1-versus-1 here. And I think this is a very good situation. I can try to pass to Mbappé, but I was a little bit too late. And now we are close to halftime, so I will try to get the last attack here. Very good defended, but too bad that I lost this ball. So this was not very good from my side. Not a very good attempt to get control of the situation around the penalty box. If I would have been a little bit more decisive, I could have tried to dribble in a way that he's not able to get to the ball and then create a goal scoring opportunity. Something that you're going to see, I guess, now in the second half is that I will try to do it more in this game. Is a technique which is very strong at the moment if you're playing the 4-2-3-1, is to go for low crosses to your wingers when you're around the box and then go for volleys. I have already identified a lot of spots, but I didn't want to do it all the time, and that's why I haven't done it so far. And it looks a little bit weird, but I guess in the second half now, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to do it. So I'm going for R1 square ball to my winger from one of the central defensive midfielders, and we'll try to finish one touch with a volley. Let's see, at one point I'm going to get in a spot like this. This is hard. So I can probably set it up here. So this is what I meant. Very good save by Alisson. Very good save. But this is what I just meant. It's very strong at the moment and he's not defending it at all. Maybe he moved the goalkeeper. So another time now. Short corner. I called the player with R1 so that he's standing here. I have a very good dribbler with Neymar. He's not defending it at all. Right? So I will go for another corner goal. I mean, obviously I have the players to be strong in the air with Cristiano Ronaldo Team of the Year, with Van Dijk Team of the Season. But he's also not defending it properly, so I can take advantage of it. So if I'm not... Oh, this was not good. Don't do this. I was looking in the chat for a few seconds and already screwed up. Because I wanted to point that out that I'm not reading the chat as much as I maybe should for a streamer, but I try to focus on the gameplay quite a lot. Okay, so I will try to go for a counter-attack. A lot of L1 initiation in this, so to get the support of my players. Ooh, this was an extremely bad pass by Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know what was happening here. Okay, so now I'm in a very good situation. I can go for an El Tornado cross, but Kai Havertz, super bad how he tried to get to this cross. Okay, very good. I will try to maybe try to combine a little bit more in this game and not go only for the cheesy goals. So what was working quite good in this game is obviously my defense. Here you can see I try to cover the passing options R1 to get support of Mbappé in this situation. Now my opponent is AFK. I don't know. I don't like to... now he's back. I don't like to abuse it when he's not playing. Ooh, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to go for... I can now go for another cross here. I wanted to... Ooh. I wanted to go for fake shot to control the ball. but I screwed that up from the timing, and that's why I did the very weird exit. So now I will go for another short corner. Already called him before, in between these cutscenes. I already pressed R1. I mean, he's doing crazy stuff with the goalkeeper. Usually you can also try to exploit this, but let's see how he's defending this. So I'm through one more time, and this is, I'm a little bit ashamed, to be honest. I'm a little bit ashamed. This is already the third corner goal. It looks so cheesy. I'm sorry, man. I have to apologize, but I'm a little bit embarrassed. Alright, I have a lot of space on the wing. Try to get Neymar into the attack. Through pass to Ronaldo, but maybe I should have played this with R1 and X, so a driven pass, because the through pass, as you can see, it's very hard to get it to the player. So I will try it now to play to Mbappe, but it seems like I was not aiming properly, or maybe I didn't do enough power on the pass, because Mbappe had a much better position to be not offside and to go for a decent run. I mean, I can see, at least from what I've saw in the chat, that there's a little bit of discussion about the crosses. I can understand it, but as I also pointed out, my opponent is not defending it good, and this is obvious in league. And if I want to, if I've tried to exploit the leagues of my opponent, right? And if I see that he's not, if he's not doing something good, so now he's a lot of pressure here. Maybe I should have just cleared the ball, but I was able to play out this. There's a run of Havertz. Now he's fully attacking. I can go for a low cross, and was not able to finish it. But now I'm going to have a lot of good scoring opportunities, because he's now on trying very hard to get some goals. And I thought maybe I can score a goal which is not by a corner, but I don't have this luck apparently. I shouldn't play this one. And now my opponent is AFK again. Now he's back. Not very good Lacoquetas. I'm not very satisfied with the way I created chances in this game. But it will get better. I'm quite sure. I will try to answer the question about how to defend to the crosses. Maybe a penalty? Looked a little bit rough how he defended this. I mean, how to defend the crosses. In these corner situations, you have to be just better in 1v1 defending. I know it's hard, and it's hard to defend everything, but you should try to focus a little bit more on this 1v1. Try to stay up in front of the opponent, of the player who's in ball possession, and use a lot of jockey defending. So we have a tutorial video on this, where you use the jockey defending to stay in front of the opponent. Guess this is a good opportunity for Neymar now. And at least a decent goal. I don't know how I scored the first one. I guess it was also a cross with Kai Havertz, but now I scored a goal with shooting on the goal. This is also nice. And I guess the game is over. And go for another one. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with the goalkeeper. He's trying to defend the cross with the goalkeeper. So this is also a way, and a lot of good players do this, but you have to find the right balance to not pull him out too far, as he did in this situation. Thank you, Yatinda. GG, yes. I mean, this is a start, and we will build up from this. Do you have anything to say about how loud I am? Is the background too loud or not loud enough? Am I loud enough? Is there anything else that you think should be improved? Because I tried to set it up in a decent way, but maybe I was missing something, or I overlooked something. How to be good at skill moves like you? I mean, I didn't show a lot of good use of skill moves, but I still have a decent basis, I would say. And you have to train it. You have to implement it in your game. You have to experiment with it. So you have to make sure that you know how to do it in every situation. Then you try to transfer it into your game. So you try out different situations, and you will notice in what kind of situations the skill move is a good idea, or in some other situations it's not. But it's all about, I'm going to skip this survey because I didn't really thought about the connection, and I don't like to do a survey and put in some numbers here about the connection if I wasn't really aware of it, and that's why I skip it if I don't really pay attention to it. All right. Thank you, Florian Blue, for your kind words. My English is very good for an Alman. Thank you. I mean, this is also practice for me. What about the language issue, so to say, because it's a different situation than you used to. Obviously, my English is not as good as in the videos, because I'm going to be fully honest. I do several attempts or takes to do the recording stuff, to do the voiceover, to make it sound better. But I think it's not too bad as well when I do live commentary. I look like Solki Hyun. So this is just a small story for the people who don't know this. As I'm running a YouTube channel in German as well, and I do that for quite a long time. I guess in FIFA 13 I started to play, or FIFA 14 I started to play with Koreans in FIFA 13, and I discovered Solki Hyun in FIFA 14 or so, and he had 5-star weak foot, and he was a weapon. He was awesome, and I guess he was just making fun out of it. One question: I get pressured a lot when I receive the ball. What can I do? I think either it's about the player that you pass to, that he had already too much pressure on him, and that's why you didn't choose the right player. This is one way to avoid pressure. Obviously, you try to find a player who doesn't have as much pressure on him already before you received the ball. And then also maybe one-touch passing to avoid it and pass to the next player to make your game fast. And usually you also always have to keep this in mind when your opponent is putting pressure on you. If he's actually playing a lot of pressure, because he has the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper is not part of the pressure, there's at least one player who's open. It's sometimes hard to find this guy, but it's maybe sometimes your goalkeeper, but usually there's at least one other player open, and for this you can look at the radar, and this is going to help you a lot. Okay, now we're going to go into the next game. How do you defend the kickoff glitch? Interesting. Already second game, I'm at 1-0. My opponent is going for selecting only playing home games, which I think is quite funny. But this is another topic. How do you defend kickoff glitches? I screw it up sometimes, but in general, what you should try to do is try to control a player in the midfield and stay ahead of the ball. Every time I concede a kickoff goal, I notice, and I also notice it from my opponents, I try to defend for too long from behind. So I try to chase the player who's in ball possession. And the problem, in my point of view, with the kickoff glitch is that there's a problem in the defense, the transition of the attacking players between midfield and the defensive line. Your players are not good at it. And if you keep chasing with your player, for example, your attacker or your midfielder, you don't have enough influence to correct for this error that I just described. So what should you do? You should try to play with a player, or you should maneuver a player or control a player who is actually in a position to intercept passes, to intercept a dribbling, and not try to put pressure from behind on your opponent. I would try to demonstrate it from this kickoff, but You never know. Maybe I'm going to concede. Maybe my opponent is just going to lose the ball. Everything can happen, but I think we can try to focus on this during the live stream as well, because obviously this is a topic. So now obviously I try to put on some pressure on. I could have tried to put on more pressure on the player here, right? So this was not a good example to show how to avoid the kickoff glitch. But there will be situations where I can explain it. So throw-ins, I really like to select a player and move with him, and that's why I can get in a position where I can go for a safe throw-in, right? Ooh, I tried to go for the fake shot to control the ball. If you don't have the timing right, you're going to screw up. Not as good. Yes, a decent goal, and he is already going out of the game. All right, so this was a very short game. Yeah, quite fast and easy. Maybe another game to then focus on the kickoff glitches. I will see if I get some feedback from my colleagues. I guess they are watching at the moment, and maybe provide some feedback. Nice. Okay, so obviously I'm going to skip this survey because based on these 2 or 3 minutes in-game, I can't really say anything about the connection. I like to comment on this because sometimes I watch streamers and I can see that they are just skipping or doing some input on the survey, and I'm missing a reasoning why they went for their opinion on this survey, and that's why I'm trying to explain it at least every time when I'm streaming. Any tips on building up goal opportunities? My colleague George released a video a few days ago where he exactly showed this. He was playing with a 4-2-3-1. This is a formation that we recommend. It's one of the strongest, even maybe the strongest formation at the moment. I'm also playing it. And he showcased how to create goal scoring opportunities in this gameplay. So you can see the whole gameplay and he's commentating on it. And also he released a video about the 4-2-3-1 itself, about the tactic and instructions, and also showed some situations how to create goal scoring opportunities. But an easy way is to just try to get forward, and sometimes you're going to see this here as well. Moving forward, getting more players involved, moving up the pitch, and then when you're around the box, you start to circle around the penalty box and try to get to find an open man, to get in a goal scoring opportunity, to combine a little bit. So there is not an easy answer to it. You have to have certain skills and capabilities, and then take advantage of it and balance it out. It's something that I also say quite often is balancing. Balancing is super important because you can't do the same thing all the time. So this is a very good team because he has team of the season Cristiano Ronaldo. The surrounding players are not as strong, but I'm going to be very cautious in this game because you never know. How much power in L1 crosses? If you want to go for the second post, you can just go through with it. So full bar, full power. Please pay attention to how I do it in these games, and then you can tell me how I do it because I'm not fully aware of it. But what I've noticed, if I don't go for a very strong cross, I have to focus here on the kickoff because I want to also illustrate this one. So because I did the error that I was chasing down with Hullet in this situation, right? And this is what something I just explained. Don't do it because then you can't do anything. I didn't set up this scoring opportunity quite good. And yeah, back to the crosses. I noticed that if I don't power them up fully, I have the tendency that they're not going to the players where I intend to go. This should be a goal. Don't you agree? I mean, it's a green time finish. obviously, I mean, it's missing accuracy. It's missing accuracy and placement. Okay, he's going for a pause. Do you use contain? And by contain you probably mean pressing the X button or the A button on the Xbox. No. I guess there are situations on the wings where it's maybe a benefit to use it, but usually I don't, because I think, and I explained that maybe one or two weeks ago on the Discord in a message, that you can't really anticipate what your opponent is going to do. You want to be a step ahead of your opponent when you're defending. You want to make life hard for him, and you can't do that with contain. Wow, he screwed up my corner. Sick. Very crazy meta tactic here. How he screwed up my corner by pausing, and all of a sudden it was total issue. So now he subbed in Di Maria, right? Okay. Initiating run, going for the through pass. He's offside. But this was typical L1 initiation, so that my Havertz in this case is going for the run. The same now here for Ronaldo. Try to find the right timing, and it's offside again. But it's going to be a factor in this game. You can already notice, because my opponent is not defending it not good enough, or don't at all. So obviously I will get in situations where I can take advantage of it. 1-2 pass initiation, but very good defending in this case from my opponent. Very bad pass here. Okay, now I'll keep up the pace using right stick to move here on the wing. Don't like the crossing situation, that's why I abort this a little bit. And I have to focus, because I'm not playing as focused in the attack. Okay, now we're going to make it better with the cross. R1 already pressing, you can see that with the live controller input. Neymar's going to be short. Going to 1 versus 1. He screwed up the touch, but still managed to go through. Or went through with it. My opponent is making quite easy errors in his build-up with the passes. So we, as you can see, I tried to do the shot fake one more time before touching the ball. Okay, I don't like the passing option, that's why I went for a... Come on. I think this is a very decent goal. I was on the wing in the midfield with Alexandro, noticed that I can't continue here, aborted my play, went into the middle to Gullit, and then I had a lot of space in the middle, and that's why I was able to play out to Havertz. Did a good decision in the 1 versus 1, and then I was able to create a good goal scoring opportunity. I will go for a similar approach here, but this time I was missing the accuracy as well. Was an easy pass to intercept. But my opponent is always doing mistakes like this, where he's not playing a very good pass. I don't have to do much at all, and I still get the ball. But the 4-2-3-1 is a lot about not only La Coqueta spam. Wow! Crazy goal by Mbappé. It's not only about La Coqueta spam, but obviously the La Coqueta is a very good skill move to use in the 1 versus 1 around the box when your opponent is right in front of you. But moving forward on the wing, so as you can see here, and then if you are closer to the goal, or if you're not able to go on the wing like I'm now, very bad cross, then you will try to circle the ball around the midfield. Oh, I shouldn't have gone for this. But wow, a red time finish is not the thing that you try to do. Okay, now this is a decent attack by my opponent, and if this would have been a penalty, I would have been furious, because you could have seen that I didn't tackle at all, and it was such an easy tackle to do. because he did it automatically, because my opponent didn't have enough ball control in this situation. This would have been really frustrating. Nah, I'm missing focus a little bit in these situations. Kai Havertz now, oh no, it was actually in the end blocked by my opponent. I was about to say that Kai Havertz now is doing the defensive duty for my opponent, because it looked like he blocked the shot. So maybe, so my opponent is not moving the goalkeeper. That's why I now will go for a normal corner, pressing L1 to select a player. Try to get it here in a decent situation, power it up enough. Now I'll move a player who's good in the air. So for example, Ronaldo. Got to him with L1 switching, but the corner was totally off. Nah. So he's playing passes like this where they should usually get intercepted. So my opponent is playing. He's making too much mistakes, easy mistakes with passes, like this one. And I don't put a lot of pressure on him, and he's still doing it. So this is something that he should work on, is build-up play, his passing, his decisions to what kind of players he's passing to. And if you don't feel comfortable, so for example here I wasn't comfortable to play to Neymar, then don't play the pass at all. Play to a player where you have a good feeling that it can go through, right? And if you have the feeling this is covered by my opponent, then don't try to do it. Especially if you have a good video on this one. If you are not in a good passing situation, so for example, don't have a good angle, you are not in a good situation because you don't have control over the ball and stuff like that. So this time I will try it again. Here aiming in a direction, in a spot where it's dangerous. Switching to a player now with a 1 which is good in the air, so Cristiano Ronaldo. And very good from the goalkeeper. And it's a free kick for him. I don't know, I didn't do anything. It's always a little bit frustrating if your opponent gets a free kick and you didn't even know what you did wrong, right? So the same here. He's playing a little bit too obvious, or as I said before, I don't even have to do anything about the passes, and they still get intercepted. This is a good situation. I wasn't feeling comfortable to continue in this direction. That's why I turn around, protect the ball. So this is always a combination of finding the right passes where you have a feeling that you're going to succeed with the pass, that it's not getting intercepted and stuff like that. And then if you don't feel comfortable that you can play a pass like that, protect the ball with a safe dribbling. And we have tutorial videos about this as well. So this is the problem. As soon as he gets the ball, he's losing it quite easy. He has a very low passing accuracy with 77%. So I think what I just described in the first half is what you can see also in these stats. I mean, in this game you can try to focus a little bit on passing and also the combination of it. Right, of dribbling and passing. These are the basics, the fundamentals of playing FIFA. And you also always want, when you dribble, you want to protect the ball. So in this case, dribble away from the opponent. And also always try to find passing options. So here I turned around, moved the ball away from my opponent. Right? These are the basics, and as you can see, I don't do a lot of crazy things, but I still move forward and get closer to the goal. And now I'm go maybe for a skill move. Try to outplay my opponent with the last defender and then get in a goal scoring opportunity. I hope he's not quitting, because I can use this game to illustrate concepts like this quite good. What button inputs do you use when intercepting the ball? A question from Jamie. I try to move my defenders a lot with the jockey defending, so pressing L2 or LT on the Xbox, and from my experience this increases the chance of a successful interception, because your defender is in a, I would say, ready stance, right? He's always faced towards the ball, and this makes it much more likely that he's going to intercept the pass. Okay, so go away here from Ronaldo as a free kick taker because he has a weird run up. And I will go for a 3 setup. We have a dedicated tutorial video about this one. I will go for L2 shot fake, then Hullet shot fake, and try to pass to him and score a goal. So super easy free kick technique. We have a dedicated tutorial video about this one. Just search for free kick, and you get in a maybe in a scoring position like this. But I didn't want to do it with Ronaldo because, as I explained, he has a very bad run up. It does take too long and it's going to screw up the timing for the pass. Okay, so now my opponent is putting up the pressure, as you can see. Go for switching sides. I looked on the radar. I saw that this player is totally open, and now see how much time I have. So this is how you try to get... Oh, this is not how you try to get rid of the pressing. But as I said, there's always usually a player who's open. And then you... now he's going to quit, I guess. Then look on the radar where this player is. In this case, I prepared the switch of sides, set it up a little bit in the direction that I dribbled, in a way that my opponent is not immediately able to get to the ball. Go for a long switch of sides, and then I had a lot of time to control the situation. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I will try. Mathieu. I don't know. Yes, this is my first stream in English, and it's our first stream on this channel. And depending on your feedback, what you think about it, we will try to keep it up. To be honest, as I maybe already said, usually explaining stuff and playing the game usually results in worse results for me. And it's easier for me to do it in the first games. And so I'm not quite sure. So in this case, I'm going to skip the survey as well because I didn't pay attention to it one more time. Sorry. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to continue on this because, for example, when FIFA 20 is going to release and presumably the Weekend League is still part of it, I want to be as good as possible. And especially if I don't understand the game as well in the beginning, it's going to progress over the time. I have to be totally focused to have control over it, and that's why maybe in the beginning of FIFA 20 we don't know how we are going to exactly continue with this, but we wanted to try it out and wanted to see how your feedback is on it as well, because English is not my first language, and maybe it's a total pain in the ass to listen to me, or I struggle a lot with playing and speaking in English. So that's why we wanted to test it out. Okay. Thanks for these kinds words. Now I managed up, or I screwed up my English, obviously, when I wanted to say thanks for these compliments. Okay. Let me see how the fitness is looking like. So usually, if I have like 91, 92 on the attacking players, this is the time. If I'm in the later stage of the Weekend League and I'm still in the run for a good, decent finish, I will probably use a squad fitness after every game. Tactic Pro. It's !tactics. You can see my tactic, or my tactics and instructions. And now let's continue. I sound a little bit like Klopp. Yeah, could be. Even though I have to say, when I listen to Klopp in English interviews, I think that his English improved quite a lot over the years now as a coach of Liverpool, and I think it's very good. So if you compare him to me, I take this as a compliment. Sargis, sorry, I didn't read your question. I'll try to do it now before we start in this game. And depending on the question, I'm not quite sure if I'm able to answer it right now, but I'm not seeing the question, sorry. While playing, I can't focus as much on the chat, sorry, because I want to focus on the gameplay itself and about providing some helpful comments. Okay, so this is rare that I have a kickoff at the beginning of the match. So this is a typical situation in the 4-2-3-1, right? You, oh, this is not very good passes here. So you're around the box and your players hopefully at some point get in position. Don't like this, but this is the time for La Coqueta. Nah, it was not because it was, because of kickoff. Because of kickoff, it was not as typical situation as I hoped for. So the opponent is defending quite aggressively. So he is very good how he puts pressure on the guy who's controlling the ball. So as I can see now from how the way how he is, oh, no penalty luckily, how he managed his attack, I think this is a very good opponent, or at least he's decent. So I will try to be a little bit more calm and try to play a little bit better. Okay. This is going to be a foul, but no. Not the best idea, but I thought maybe we have a chance to get to the ball. I could have maybe gone for a different move and would have maybe been able to create a goal scoring opportunity. Nope, this is not something that I should do. I have to change the kit number of Van der Sar. The 5 for goalkeeper looks a little bit weird. Okay, so he's decent on putting pressure on me when I'm controlling the ball. So I have to be really focused when I play and dribble. So Neymar is doing a very good run here, and he's also defending the El Tornado cross not as bad. It's going to be not an easy game. Okay. Very good pressure of my opponent. Very good understanding how he can get to the ball. Don't do this. It's okay. I have to focus in this game. Not very satisfied with the first minutes here. Nope. But Neymar is good. 1-2 pass. Can't play it, so I don't. Now we're in a good situation, but unfortunately Mbappé was doing a very good run into the center, stopped it, and that's why the pass was not able to get through. Wow, it's good what he's doing. Good, I hope I get the corner, but nope. Oh, this was a very bad dribbling, and I wished I would have been able to take more advantage out of it. One more time, a very bad dribbling with TaZz. I want dribbling. Oh, he's putting a lot of pressure. I wasn't able to get in the spot that I wished to. Guess then it would have been a chance to make it. Ooh, I got the wrong player. Wow. Wow, I'm very lucky now that he didn't convert on this chance. This is a typical game where I say it's not as good that I'm live streaming because I don't play up to my potential. Okay, now I'm in a good spot. Not very good. I'm having a lot of issues defending with the player selecting, I have to be honest, in this game. I noticed that. So also the situation before, where he was through with Aubameyang in the end, I totally screwed up the player switch, and that's why it went that way. So I'm having some issues with that. Not very satisfied. But he's playing also quite good. You can see I have to go for a very slow build-up, because he's putting some very good pressure on me. Okay, this is very good. But I screw up these good situations. Very good dribbling. Okay, now we're going to go for a counter attack because he committed a lot of players to the attack. Go for running fake shot. But he defended it quite good, to be honest. Does he have more ball possession than me? Okay, I will try to get the last attack. He made a mistake here. Ah, too bad. So this was the worst half so far, but obviously triggered because my opponent is playing very good. Yeah. I will try to focus more on the game. I had some very decent situations, but we were not able to take advantage of it at all, so I have to play it out better in the end when I manage to get through on the cross or on the wing, for example. And I have to improve my defending, my player switching in this game, definitely. Okay, now I'm in a not very good situation. Very unfortunate, I would say, that I lost the ball immediately. Wow, this is bad. Can't continue on the wing, that's why I'm going to switch sides. Calling short of Havertz here. So I was about to say there's a lot of space in the middle. I wanted to get Hullet involved, but didn't got so far. Yeah, this is supposed to be a goal. I guess a good move to create the open crossing situation, and then a very good finish by Havertz. And obviously that I'm leading now is a little bit lucky because I already could have conceded a goal. But he is still in the game, right? Wow. Very bad defending. I positioned myself in the wrong spot, and that's why his shot went through. Very disappointed here. But we will try to set up some I thought a good chance, but wasn't able to convert. Okay. He's also not moving the goalkeeper. So this is the time to shine for Ronaldo. Or Mbappé. Oh, Neymar! I have to time it green. So this is what... oh, now he moves the goalkeeper. But also defended. Very, very good. So this is not an easy match here. And I'm struggling one more time with the player switches. Unfortunately, I was about to say that he's not taking advantage of it. Man, I screw up so much. Mbappé is doing an awesome run. I have to take advantage of it. Okay, now it's time for player switches. Even though the stamina is still quite good of almost every player, man, it hurts a lot to sub out Havertz. Man, it's very hurtful. He's not the guy who's going to be subbed out as the first player, but it seems like he is. The pass was an L1 and triangle pass, and I initiated the run with L1 of Mbappé so that he's going through with it, and then went to look at the radar for the perfect timing. Okay. Be patient with these throw-ins. You don't want to screw this up. Play so bad. This is unlucky. If this is going to end up in a goal, it would have been very unlucky, but there's a lot of space here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess you could argue that this should be a goal, but I don't know what you think. Could be a red card if it's going to call off immediately. Yeah, it's a red card. I'm going to play the first 10 games. So now I will try to continue quite fast, because he shouldn't think about subbing a new defensive player in, right? Holy moly. Wow. Wow. Wow! If he would have played this and it would have gone in, I would say awesome goal. Okay, so this was a mistake by my opponent. As I said before, you don't want to lose ball possession on throw-ins like this. Okay, now I will try to get Goretzka in. And I have a lot of good space here in front of me, but I don't like this gameplay. Doesn't feel also not as good. I screw up dribblings so bad. Yes, decent goal, decent setup, and I think this is then a good opportunity. Big advantage of Neymar that he has 5-star weak foot, so I can go for this shot with super high confidence. Try to play a through pass here, but not very good. I try to play it now too cocky. Don't do that with a one goal lead. Just doing that because I'm streaming, obviously. Try to go for 1-2 pass, looks very good. Should have gone for a ball roll, screw it up totally. Okay, we have to cover this run now. And be aggressive, because if you would have been able to play this pass, he would have been through. And now we have the last minute of the game. That's why I try to play it more safe. Don't allow the opponent to get another ball here. And now I can hopefully score. No. Offside. But this game was harsh, and it was eye-opening for me how bad I can play when I'm not fully focused. And I hope this is a learning experience. But thanks for your support. And yeah, I mean, I should have been able to score the second goal a little bit earlier with the Mbappé low cross situation. For whatever reason, he was not able to get to it. I had it under control the game, but he was dangerous and should have been in the lead as well. So this is a good situation here. I was playing in the midfield. I guess I was playing a little bit between Gullit and Goretzka, and initiated here a 1-2 pass. I guess I would have tried to play on Goretzka and not Cristiano Ronaldo. So now he's pulling a lot of players to the upper side, right? And that's why I turned a little bit away, then got Neymar involved, and usually is going to now cover this open space which is right in front of me, and that's why I went for the shot fake to the other direction. So I moved in that direction where he's not standing at the moment, because as you can see here, this would have been the open space, but now he's moving Van Dijk in this open space, but obviously he can't be at both positions at the same time, and now I have the open space right in front of me. For the fake shot, as controlling the ball, you have to be very early with the fake shot input. This is very important, and you have to train it quite a lot to get the timing right for it, but this was then here the decisive move to score the goal. Yes, it was a very difficult matchup for me. And here we can take a look at this. I screwed up several times. Obviously we can't see which player I'm controlling, but I screwed up several times how I got to how I didn't defend it properly, right? For example, I guess maybe I don't know if it's before that, I had the feeling that I had the opportunity to get to the ball. Maybe also here. It's hard to argue. I don't know when I got the player. It's stuff like that. But I definitely screwed up before the shot of Gerrard, because here now I'm controlling Maldini, and as you can see now I move him way too far down, and I thought that he's going to try to continue going straight and then get in a goal scoring opportunity, and I don't cover the shot that he's just going for it quite good. I move Maldini in a very bad position, right? And that's why I was a little bit disappointed, because I didn't thought that he just go for the shot when I'm straight in front of him, and so that's why I thought he's going to continue more in that direction, and yeah, didn't work out very good for me. It's not showing in the buttons the fake shot. Yeah, because this is live, right? My controller input is live, and when we're watching a replay, the controller input is still live. So that's why we're showing the input for the fake shot. Do you have your striker on default? Yes. So in this game, I had the feeling that it was very bad, and I will just briefly explain why I do this. So in my opinion, this question is designed not in the proper way, because it's asking how frequent the button commands were in the desired for the desired actions. And so this means it's supposed to change during the game, right? And when I think that I'm playing a game with delay, with button delay, it's consistently with button delay. And that's why I go for 1, because I asked about it, how I should answer this, and they said if I have the feeling that there's delay in the game, go for the 1, because if you have the feeling that it's constantly there, then it's the 1. And the same for me. The game didn't felt very good, very fast, but we didn't had any visual changes of gameplay speed, so that's why I go for a 4 and a 5 here usually. And yes, my striker is on default. I don't know if I answered that before. I'm losing viewers at the moment. I'm wondering what this is about. All right. Okay, I have to update the how do you say the? It's not Bilanz. It's record, right? The record. I'm only played 4 games, so this is very, very crazy for me. Okay, I will play it safe here and go for another, or I will go to apply another squad fitness, because it shouldn't. This shouldn't be the issue for a loss, right? I have the coins. Please show your custom tactics. Use exclamation mark tactics. I will do it for you. I'm so kind. Marova already did. Very nice. Super mod here. And these are the instructions for my default games or playing style. So this is what I usually play with. Jabsol, this is totally fine to use squad fitness only every 2 games. For me it's more maybe a little of mental aspect, because if I have a tough opponent that's going into the extra time, for example, then in the end I lose, and then I was like, maybe it would have been a little bit different if the players would have been like higher fitness, you know what I mean? So it's a fair approach to just do it every 2 games, but you don't want to end up in the game where you have the feeling, man, this could have made a difference. But I have to say, the opponent before, he was playing very good, and he was also trying to play very good football. So this is also not obvious, right? I wanted to go for the shot fake in this situation, but I screwed up. Don't do this. And I was close to punish my opponent for his mistake with the goalkeeper, and I guess I deserved it because I went for the green time finish in a, I think, decent shooting position. Why don't I get a player who is able to get to the ball? So I anticipated this move. Unfortunately, I didn't get the ball, but I anticipated that he's going to go for a turn, and then this is the easy stuff where to get to the balls. When your opponent just did a turn, and then because of the physical momentum after the turn, he has some issues controlling the ball. Don't like this. So this is usually how I try to get to the to win the ball. Here, for example, it's going to be a foul, I guess. No. When somebody is turning, usually this is a good time. I will go for this. It was too good of a spot, but I was not able to convert it. But Mbappé was in a very good position, and I was able to. I don't know what he's doing. You shouldn't lose ball possessions in situations like this. So these are super easy mistakes that you can avoid if you just focus in these situations. So he already did an error over the goalkeeper when he went for a throw. Don't. Rather play it safe instead of making an easy mistake, because usually your opponent is going to take advantage of it. So we try to go for a counter attack here. Didn't manage to beat him in the 1 versus 1. And maybe I will try to. Oh, I thought maybe I could play for a through pass, and he just quit. All right, I don't know if he just disconnected, or maybe I wasn't sure if he or also quit just playing the game. I'm not sure. But this is part of it. In the first 10 games, you, from my point of view, get quite a decent amount of opponents who are not as motivated, especially if they see my team, and then just quit. So obviously this is now a time where I'm not going to apply a squad fitness, because when I just played 70 minutes, it's not necessary. And I tried maybe to focus in this game a little bit more on how to get ball possession, and let's see how the next game is going to turn out. Maybe it's also possible to find some good situations to explain it. But now we are at 6-0, right? And this is what I was about to point out. There's a decent chance now that I'm getting better opponents. At least this squad is very, very decent. And it's going to be a little bit tougher. Italian Stallion, yes. I mean, I have a decent connection and he's probably wondering about the 5 bars. I play every game with 5 bars, but this doesn't mean that 5 bars equals good connection. I can tell you that. And maybe we'll, when we have a free kick and I remember it, I will try to test for a button delay. I really like to do this. Also to answer the survey. And as I think the controller input is synchronized very, very good. This is a good way to see how the delay is. I'm a little bit, I would say, now imitated that Italian Stallion is watching, because I'm a big abuser of the broken game mechanics. And that's why, and he hates people doing it. And now I'm a little bit irritated because of this. I start to play bad. Whoa! I start to play very bad passes here. And this was a very, very important save by TaZz without actually trying to save it. Was just standing in the way. Okay. Decent try. So this is a good situation where I don't go for a quick counter attack, because not a lot of options in the attack. And then usually just take your time and go for a safe ball. He's pressing a little bit. I will try to abort this, but okay. Ah, I thought he moved the goalkeeper to the upper, or into the upper side, and I thought he's going to change it because it was so obvious, and that's why I stick to this direction. But yeah, I should have just went for the normal finish into the lower side. I don't know. Okay. Let's see if he's moving the goalkeeper at the corner. Yes, he do. Very bad cross. But Van Dijk is not able to... Wow, this is a very good pass. I have to defend this run earlier. I have to switch to Maldini earlier. Otherwise, as you can see, it's easy for Kluivert, even though he's not really faster than Maldini. He's accelerated in a much better way, and I should be leading in this game because I had a decent chance with Neymar. Screwed this up, obviously, but now he is very good pass. So my opponent is playing very good through passes. I anticipated this, so I went for an early player switch. Try to get this on board. He's not defending this. I hope it's not offside. Very bad cross. And his through passes are very good. So here I don't try to commit too heavily onto the tackle, because if I don't find the right timing and the right spot, decent, then, and he's going for a running fake shot, for example, he's going to just blew over me. And so that's why I try to be a little bit cautious. Okay, we are trailing here in this game. So I have to focus a little bit. Wow. A little bit of luck, I think this is the team of the year Mbappé factor that this goal went in, because it wasn't the best scoring situation. It was decent, but I wasn't quite sure how he is going to score this. Okay, now I can try to go for a quick counter attack, but screwed up the pass with Ronaldo. Okay, we have to focus. The opponent is very good. Good pressing by him. Try to get Havertz involved. A lot of space. He has to defend me actively. Oh, very bad. I shouldn't have. The last contact in full pace was not good. Ooh, don't do this. And you don't do this because I defended this one. Early player switch to get into this passing lane because it was one of the few options that he had. And now we are a little bit better in the game. Get him involved. Ah, bad shot fake. But we are still on. Yeah. Wow. If he would have missed this, I would have been a little bit mad, to be honest. Okay. Kickoff glitch. Now you see the difference. I didn't chase with some players, but instead I switched to Gullit to be in front of him, to be able to actively defend him. I think this is very important. It wasn't the best example, but I think it shows what I think is important. So okay, I wasn't able to play a pass to Neymar. Okay, now I can play. Yes, decent goal. Very important goal as well. Because now I maybe be in a position where I can steamroll him because he is going to tilt. I don't want to abuse the La Croquetas as much, especially because Italian Stallion is watching. But they are good. Easy 1-2 pass. The left back was not in position, that's why. Or it's the left back. Don't have any issues with the cams because come back on defense. I'm not quite sure if this affects the defense at all, but I can see your thinking. They have to go back in defense, have to work in the defense, and then have to cover a higher distance. I understand what you mean or what you're implying. My normal corners are not very good in this game. Okay, no, I hate this sliding tackle. I explained this in the tutorial videos as well. Okay, we still should be focused because it's only a 2-goal lead, and as I said in the beginning, the opponent is quite good. So here is safe dribbling, right? Don't go for an easy opportunity for your opponent to tackle. He's putting up the pressure. So this is obviously now very hard to illustrate, but now as you can see, he's putting up the pressure. Find the safe players, work with the dribbling, and then set up a proper pass to find the open man. And we have to be aware because, as you can see, he's putting up the pressure. But we have to be focused now. As I said, only a 2-goal lead. Don't get too cocky or too easy. Don't play out your chances. Still decent. So 1-2 pass, easy thing, right? He was going a little bit back with his left back. Not very good. I try to incorporate the. Well, we'll see how we can have to defend this. Because his through passes are quite good. Now we're going to see what is he doing with his player. He defended this quite good. Very good positioning. I was about to say something. So this was not the best through pass. He did better before. Okay, now I'm screwing up. This happens like every 500 games, maybe. Yep, I'm not blaming that I'm live streaming. Maybe. So this is horrible. I mean, come on. Now he's back in the game. Don't fall. Oh. I'm still a little bit mad about the error that I just did. to perform stronger passes, I use R1 plus X. So, as I explained earlier, in these throw-in situations, take your time. Nice. Very important. But this is not a free kick, come on! I'm a little bit afraid. Corners can also be always dangerous. It seems like he has a tactic because, yeah, he's always trying to get them in this direction. Okay, nice pass. Was close to powering through with Ronaldo. Okay, focus, because I can't lose this game after such an error. I have to be a little bit more cold-blooded now. Don't do this. I mean, this is my error, right? I'm not trying to blame my player. Very important shot fake to control the ball. Not the best attempt. Could have been a little bit more dangerous. I hope he's going out. Yes, I thought about taking a pause as well because, yeah, the thing is my players are so good and have so much stamina that it hurts a little bit to sub out players, but I mean, maybe it's not the time. I'm not quite sure if I should sub out. To sub out Gullit is always a big step. And Havertz, Neymar, it's very close, but not as close enough. I just noticed something that I have to change for the next game. Something that I started to try out. But going for safe build-up play, right? Don't go for easy loss of ball possession. Trying to get him involved. Now he has a lot of space because he pulled out his left back. Have a lot of space, even more space now. I wanted to go for step overs, but for some reason he didn't do anything. This should be my ball. I think this was very unlucky. I tried to cover this run and I tried to anticipate this one. Cleared out. This was necessary. Faster! I mean, in the end, it wasn't the issue that he wasn't fast enough. The pass was not good enough. Ooh. It's frustrating that I don't end up with ball possession after this very good anticipation. No, 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 no. No, 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 my friend. You have to at least time this one green. And now it's the time to go for player switches. Also, it's maybe the time for now I have an issue. What kind of player I'm going to sub in, right? I will go for Reus. And Aubameyang. Maybe it's time to switch to my defensive tactic. This one. It's pretty much the same as George described in his video. So we have a video about this especially. 50 minutes left. I guess I'm not quite sure if I should switch. I'm not feeling really comfortable to do the switch right now. Because you commit a lot of resources to defense and I'm not quite sure if this is the proper approach in this game. I have the feeling that I'm maybe able to outplay him a little bit better with my normal tactics and score the fourth goal. That's why I hesitate a little bit. What the fuck is Van Dijk doing here? I mean, I probably initiated a run. Very nice shot fake. He's not moving the goalkeeper, so I was able to fake shot. Sorry, sometimes I screw this up. Now it's time for me to switch to the defensive tactic. Even though I scored and have a 2-goal lead now, I go to the defensive, so to the actual really defending tactic or defensive tactic, because now I have a much better cushion and it's harder to come back from my opponent, and it's much harder if I'm going for my ultra defensive tactic. So I'm going to switch. I'm thinking about subbing out Gullit, because now I want to focus more on the defense, and more defensive player and who has full stamina is hopefully going to help me. So this is the reasoning why I'm now subbing in Awa and Gullit out, because I'm a little bit more have a higher, I'm convinced that I'm able to go through with this game now. And I don't going to concede an equalizer in this game. So I sub out Gullit with much higher confidence. Okay, but we still have to focus on the kickoff. Managed to do this quite good. Not the best way to play this out. Don't go for this pass because it was covered. Bad dribbling. A lot of space on the wing, but I wasn't able to play the pass. That's why I went for switching sides. Calling Ronaldo short, laying it off for Royce. Not the best dribbling. Okay, don't try to defend too actively in this situation, because otherwise you're going to cause a penalty if you go for a very, harsh tackling. And that's why I try to stay in position, stay in front, and that way still be active in the defense, but don't get in risk of causing a penalty. So he's super open. And I thought he's maybe moving it up to the far post, but I wasn't able to convert. Yes, and this is the nail in the coffin. So now he's also showcasing that he is able to do the La Coqueta. I'm happy for him. But as I explained here, wait for your time. I have a dedicated tutorial video about defending the La Coqueta, and you have to find the right timing to defend the La Coqueta, and it's usually to wait the move to finish, and then you can tackle the ball. Okay, so this game is done and dusted. I think it's going to be called off. Yes, and not an easy game. Obviously, I was trailing a little bit, and I made it quite hot again with my huge mistake. Let's take a look at the goal of Cristiano Ronaldo. I guess it's this situation. So this is a very nice move that you can try to incorporate. It's a fake shot to control the ball. In the video where I gave an overview about the different ways to control the ball, I also implemented this one, and it's a super sneaky move, as you can see. With the controlling the ball, you immediately do a shot fake, and I do it in a way that I go into the direction of the goal. And as you can see, my opponent is controlling Blanc, and he's committing more to the other side, and that's why I gain a lot of space, leave Blanc behind, and I'm basically, it's not a very good situation, but basically a 1v1 against the defender. Then going for the La Coqueta. He didn't move the goalkeeper in my opinion, and he's just in the middle, and then it's still a little bit hard to score from this, but I think with such a capable player, it should go in, and especially if he's not moving the goalkeeper. If he would have moved the goalkeeper, so let's see it from this perspective here. You can see he pulled out Blanc. He saw the animation starting. He thought maybe I'm going to do a fake shot in the other direction, just directly to the goal, able to keep a lot of pace in that direction. And then usually quite often I finish here to the near post, when my opponent is moving the goalkeeper, but he didn't move the goalkeeper, and that's why I committed to the far post. Yeah, Johannes, this is definitely an issue. You have to be quite early with it. This is the whole secret about it. You have to do the input very early. This is very stressful sometimes, and I end up kicking the ball away quite often, and you have to be just early, and it's very frustrating if it's happening. So I didn't really thought about the connection in this game. That's why I'm going to skip the survey, and I'm going to go for a short break, and then we were going to finish the last 4 games. So my target, my aim was to play the first 10 games in this live stream, and we are still on time on this, so I think it's possible. And as I said, I will go for a quick break. So I'm back. Hey. And now I think, wow, I already lost 70 viewers just because of the break. Nice. Yes, I mean, I think I'm not answering enough questions. I'm not focusing enough on the chat, but I hope that it's fine for you. I try my best, and in some points I have to be really focused on the gameplay, and I just try to commentate on what I'm doing. I have to update the record at least. And so I apologize if I'm not answering your question. This is what I wanted to say. But I have reasons. I have reasons. Okay. So I will just also briefly eat something. This is important. Usually I would have now got an apple, but I thought we don't have the time for it. But drinking is also quite important. Water, not beer, something like that. Thank you, Learning Lab. Thank you. Akram, I don't get your question. To be honest. Yeah, J2 and 4 Merova is quite famous in the German scene for being the best mod. So I'm not surprised that you also like him or his way of moderating on the chat or on the live stream. Learning lab, I don't think so. But thank you. To be totally honest, sometimes I have issues with the pronunciation because I'm not as used to the different settings, so to say, of the mouth and the tongue and stuff like that. So sometimes I totally screw up with the pronunciation of certain words because my mouth is not properly set up, and I'm actually wondering if this is something which is going to change if I speak enough English, or yeah. Nice, Prapu Chris, that you are able to climb the divisions. So just a small break, and then we're going to continue. Now it's getting a little bit tougher, I can tell you that. No, there are no benefits in being a FUT founder. The only case might be that you get maybe 1 or 2 packs more when you're going to start in a new FIFA, but I guess if you just frequently played the last few years of FIFA Ultimate Team, I think you will get the same packs for the start, loyalty packs, as a FUT founder. So one thing I wanted to change, this is quite important. Because I'm lying to you at the moment. My right back and full back have... Oh, they don't have. Interesting. No, I wasn't in the right game plan. Okay. They have aggressive interceptions at the moment, and this is not vital at all to be playing with the 4-2-3-1. So it's not a big difference. I tried it out in this week because when you play Division 1 at Division Rivals and really at the high skill rating level, a lot of players abuse these, and I'm part of these players, abuse these R1 plus square balls to the wingers and then directly shooting with a volley. And I tried it out if I'm able to stop these more successful if I'm going for aggressive interceptions, because usually your fullback is covering this winger, and I hoped that if I have aggressive interceptions that he is trying to be more eager to get into the ball to the winger and is trying to intercept it before he's able to shoot. Which is effective, team contain or single player contain? So if you mean by single player contain the X button and by team contain the R1 button, I think the R1 button is much more helpful and much more important than the single player contain with the X button, because I don't use the X button at all. And I think the thing is with the contain button, when you start to play FIFA and you're not as experienced and not as good, it's a good way to make less mistakes in the defense, because it's going to position yourself in the right way and stuff like that. But if you want to get better, if you want to maybe get to the elite ranks, I think Boros Legend for a few weeks ago tweeted out that he had an opponent who was an elite player. He used the contain button quite a lot, and he saw that in the FUT Champions channel in the replay. But in general, I think that if you want to really get better at the game, you should avoid using the contain button, but instead think about what you can actively do to make the game, the build-up play, and the 1v1 situations for your opponent harder, because you want to be one step ahead, and when you use contain, you can't be a step ahead because you're just mirroring the movement, so no way you can't be ahead, right? And that's why I think if you actually want to get better and improve your game, you shouldn't use the contain button. But in the beginning, for lesser experienced players, it's a good way to make less mistakes. Yes, saying this is quite defensive, obviously. If you have all three cams on strength and defense or comeback on defense, but it helps a lot from my point. It makes it much harder for my opponent to combine and to get in spots to score goals. And I thought there's a huge disadvantage that you are less, that it's harder for you to counterattack. But I didn't have the feeling when I was playing it, so I feel comfortable with this right now, and that's why I have it as instruction. I prefer the 4-2-3-1. The 4-1-2-1-2 is not working for me in FIFA 19. I'm not able to play with it. I tried it several times. Maybe it's due to the tactic and stuff like that, but I'm not able to play the narrow diamond. Okay. We are close to getting started. And now it's the time for being sweaty as hell, and that's why I don't want to lose in the live stream, so I will go for squat fitness after every game. Let me finish. The 4-1-2-1-2, I'm not as good in defense with it, and from my point of view, I have the feeling that I'm playing it very rush reliant, so counter-attack based, and I have no clue how it works out, because as George described in the video about his game plan with the 4-2-3-1 and how you create chances, also in the whole gameplay video, everything on our channel, by the way, is that you start to circle around the box, for example, and try to get in a scoring position. I'm not sure how this is going to work with the 4-1-2-1-2, but I haven't played it as much, and I hadn't really giving it a try. I thought about now in the later stages I will try out different formations, but when I started to play different formations in Division Rivals, it didn't work, and I'm always coming back to the 4-2-3-1. All right. Now we are looking for opponents a little bit longer, and obviously now we get a lot of opponents who want to play home. Marova, thank you for your help, by the way. I don't pay attention how much you actually link of the videos that I talk about, but this is obviously a very good help if I'm talking about a video and you provide the link. So thank you for this. And also, if I don't know how many, we have like 230 viewers at the moment. I don't know how many of you are actually subscribers of the channel or totally new, but check out our content. We provide a lot of tutorial videos on our channel, so this is a very good team. I mean, the defense, the center backs are not as good, but basically quite good. But if you're new to this channel, check out our content. I think we have some very helpful videos. And now, focus. His defensive line, or his defensive midfielders, I think he's going to play a 4-2-3-1 as well, are quite small. He's playing Aouar and Kanté. And this is not the tallest players. Okay, so I talked about defending the kickoff situations, and here one more time I did it in a way that I'm playing or controlling the player who's behind the ball. So he Nice. This is always what I like, scoring with your first attack. And then you have a little bit of more room. So, okay, now this I don't like, but I got back to it. Okay, now initially the runs or the run of Havertz. Now back. Ooh, I wanted to play back to Neymar, but the pass was horrendous. Okay, okay, okay. Trying to cover the run on the downside. Yeah, I think she should be offside. Chameleon, this would be preferred if you ask your questions in English as well, because most of the viewers are in English, and if you want to ask something, I think it would be nice if everybody is able to understand what I'm answering. Oh, now my PlayStation is starting to act out. We will see how much this is going to peep. Can be quite a lot. There are times when it's going actually really crazy. I think I should have scored from one of these situations. I think. I don't know how you feel about it. I will try. This is crazy. This is what I meant by the R1 plus square cross or ball to my winger and then going for the volley. So this is the reason why I had aggressive interceptions on the fullbacks, to try it out if then they're able to intercept it. But if I do it like this, there's also no way that the fullback is going to intercept it. You have to move your goalkeeper in these situations, or have to select the fullback on your own and try to intercept it earlier. Never heard something like this with my PS4. Yeah, the PS4 has some issues with the heat. So sometimes what's happening is all of a sudden it's going to beep beep beep, and then it's going to eject the disc in it all the time. There is no disc in it, but it doesn't care. It's just doing always the movement that it's trying to eject the disc. And so this is luckily not happening now, because then I would have to restart it. Otherwise it's not going to stop. Or it's going into a beeping frenzy. This was just a normal power shot, so no R1 on it. So not R1 is the finesse button. Is it? Yeah, it is. I was a little bit confused now. Okay. And I don't like to do it all the time, but now I'm in a situation where I just see these spots where I can do it, and I do it. It's a little bit lame, but if I come up against better players, they're doing it as well, and it's a disadvantage if I don't use it or if I don't do it. And I'm a little bit torn apart because of this, because it's nothing, it doesn't have anything to do with real football. And it's a little bit lame, but I guess you get my point. I don't like to do it, but I also like to win, and this is this is a problem where I'm torn. So Van Basten, this is Van Basten, right? The prime, this is Prime Moments Van Basten, 94, in the CDM position. This is a very unusual choice. He's quite tall, but not as talented. He has very good shooting, obviously, but not as talented in general with the ball. So here trying to put some pressure. Now I'm a one versus one, but I screwed this up. Oh, he initiated a run with Maldini, and he's also there. Well, Maldini's going. This would have been crazy, because I would have tried to exploit this, that he initiated a run of Maldini, because he's missing in the center back position then. But he was close to scoring with Maldini. Whew. Okay, he was offside as well. So what I might like to do is now checking for button delay here. So you can see my controller input when I go to the left, and how fast the angle of the camera is changing. So in this case we have a little bit of delay, right? I do the input and maybe like 100 milliseconds later it's changing the angle. So a little bit of delay. Don't play passes like this. Okay, this is too compact here. That's why going back to the center to the center back and switching sides. Okay, try. Not able to go through here. That's why going back to the CDM and now getting closer to the goal. Very easy. Going for the far post header, but I screw this up. Hopefully it'll, yeah, I get at least a throw in. Getting my left back involved. Maybe going back here to Goretzka. And this is always a good situation to do this. Yeah. I think it's just playing the mechanics of the game at the moment. Very good interception here. Can play a through pass to Neymar, but he was offside, yeah. Trying to be compact in front of the attacker. Okay, I have to abort this. Too much pressure on me. Going for safe build up now. Wasn't able to counter attack, so going back. It's no shame, or it's a good approach to go back to the defensive line. Here, easy through pass. I did it with R1 to make sure it's going deep. And now I will try to set up for a cross, but wasn't able to do so. And now this is a typical situation of the 4-2-3-1 where we try to combine around the penalty, around the box of the opponent. Didn't do a very good job here, but I'll try to. Nah, I don't know where Havertz is in this moment. Would be nicer if he would have been a little bit more forward. Not the best attempt. This is dangerous, but he did a good job to just clear it, because otherwise it would have been a good chance that I'm going to intercept something. Yeah, Baucheri, thanks for your words. I'm defensive about it. So he's moving out the goalkeeper. I don't bother with the normal corner kick here, going for the short one as you've seen before. But he's defending it quite good. He was defending the 1-versus-1 situation very good. Next time I have to be a little bit more decisive with my moves, because I thought at some point he's going to commit a little bit, but he didn't. And I should have maybe just tried to cross it. Okay, very good interception with Van Dijk. Screwed it up a little bit. So okay, trying to get other people involved, because I wouldn't have been able to play a pass. Very good. Yeah, I thought this would have been a goal. But very good save by Donnarumma. Now we are a little bit faster, because I don't care if he's moving the goalkeeper or not. I will just do it. And this way it's going to be harder for him to defend. I hope so. So very quick, short version. But the touch of Neymar was not as good. I'm struggling with this quite a lot. For some I hope this is offside. It is. Defended this not very good. So usually I should have, because I had no chance here on putting pressure on the guy who's playing the pass. I have to recognize this. A lot of people ask this: how do I defend through passes and runs of the opponent players? Either you put pressure on the guy who's playing the pass, and in the I'm going to die. I think, okay, much better now. Either you try to put pressure on the player. It's still horrible. I'm going to die. Nice goal. I'm going to die, but I'm still going to die. Still going to score goals by doing it. I think this was a very nice goal. But anyways, the point that I wanted to make is that either you try to put pressure on the guy who's playing the pass, or if you're not able to do, and I wasn't in this situation, right? Nice, third goal. And that's why I should have switched to a center back in this situation and cover the run of Del Piero. Move my center back in that direction so he is fully accelerated, so there's no chance that Del Piero is actually running faster than my player. Alright, so the opponent is quitting, and now I have a little bit time to recover. I'm going to die, but still going to die. Yeah, I was, as I said, then I'm still scoring goals. So I'm going to show you, I guess, the second goal, because I think it was a very nice execution. So here, as we had seen in the example before with Blanc, and maybe 1 or 2 games before, another time fake shot to control the ball, and you can see the same. It's a little bit different situation because Maldini in this situation is not as close, but he's moving him totally out of position, and I have so much movement then and momentum pace towards the goal, so that's why it's so powerful. Here now he's totally moving out of position. Then similar situation than before, I go for the La Croqueta. I don't like to finish as much on the weak foot, even though this is Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo. Now I have the ball on the left foot. How can you see that? Try to imagine how Ronaldo is trying to score from this position with his right foot. Virtually impossible. He has to maybe break his leg. So that's why I know at the moment if I'm going to shoot on goal, it's going to be with his left foot. I don't like it as much, so that's why I set up another scoring position by going for the drag back. Then I have a good angle. It's not the best one, but still the opponent is not right in front of me. He can't really block the shot, maybe if he's going for a sliding tackle, but he's not able, or he's not going for it, he's not committing to it. And I basically have full choice if I'm going for a near post or far post finish. In this case, as he didn't move the goalkeeper, I go for far post. Sudutabi Maki, I do normal headers. I'm struggled a little bit to incorporate this in my game. I tried it. For me, I screw up then the timing of the headers. I like to time headers as well. I think it's quite important. And if I then at least, so this is a motoric thing, and I wasn't able to incorporate this in the game at the moment to also down the header. So what he's asking about is if I'm going for headers with L1 and R1. So similar to a low driven shot, you can go for a low header, but I haven't really been able to implement this in my game so far. But I had this tip given to me by someone in the past, and I struggle with it to incorporate in my game. But to be honest, I haven't tried as much. But I tried to do it in the corner situations, and I noticed that I'm screwing up the time finishing then, because I don't have the motoric capabilities at the moment for it. Okay, so we have 2 games left. I want to play the first 10 games in this stream. Time finish, what are you asking about? You're just saying time finish question mark. Do you ask about what it is? How you do it? I don't know. Yeah, Diano, sorry, I'm just reading your comment now. Thanks that you like it so far, and I think some of the things that I do here, for example, these R1 crosses with volley shots afterwards, or the L1 crosses to the second post, these are mechanics which, if you don't use them at the moment, would help you to maybe improve on your ranking. Okay, I think we can play another game. Was that last goal a time finish? The thing that I showed with the fake shot, then La Croqueta, and then drag back, this was a time finish. It was green, yes. The actual last goal in the game, I don't remember, to be honest. Sorry. Samuel Shuki, this is a good question. Usually, this is very hard to explain because there are several factors. I struggle with it also a little bit, to be honest. So he's asking about how I break down players who only defend with a CDM running back and don't touch the defensive line, so they don't control a player of the defensive line. This is very hard. And I think it's way too easy to play like this and to be successful with it. So you have several things that you should consider and what you always have to be ready. When you notice that he's only defending from behind, you can shoot more because the AI is still blocking shots but not as good. So if you have the feeling that you're in a shooting position and he's not controlling the player in front of you but behind you, shoot a little bit more. La Croquetas also work quite good against the AI defending. Also, if you go along the wing and he's not touching the fullback, you usually have an advantage because you can get in a better crossing situation. So these are the very generic descriptions how you can try to beat him when he's not touching the defensive line. But obviously you have to adjust a little bit to it. Dragbacks also work a little bit, but it's always very hard as he can put some pressure with a player who's behind you. So maybe we'll come across a player like this. But usually, I try to use the things that I just mentioned. Oh, Muhammad Ali, I recommend to play balanced for sure. I don't see, for me, the downside of playing a pressure tactic like after ball possession or heavy touch is that you might end up in a situation where your team is totally out of position and you get an easy counter attack. And that's why I like to be balanced and try to play the pressure on my own. So, 2 games left. I hope I'm able to finish with 10-0. This is what I'm afraid of. This is the result that I try to get every Friday, right? And I was afraid, and I'm still afraid obviously, that I'm not able to manage it when I'm streaming. And there were some close games, but I also have close games on Friday when I not stream, so... But so far it's good. Had some rage quits as well. It's always a good sign. Okay, so he's not really committing for... Now he is. Okay, very good. Okay. I will try to go for a lob pass here, but defended very good. So he is a player who doesn't put a lot of pressure on my player who's in ball possession, right? Not the best way how I try to play this out. Very dangerous. I will see how we can, if this actually confirms. If I hit it green, he was at least moving the goalkeeper and he was moving it in the other direction. If I'm hitting this green, I'm going to score a goal. And I think it was very nice how I moved this, how I moved my opponent. I don't like to play a pass here on Neymar because there's a high chance that I'm either... Wow, very good goalkeeper movement. I have to go for unusual direction where I'm going to finish it. Here you can see it. Yeah, he moved it a little bit earlier, and that's why he was able to save this. Otherwise, no chance. He's moving it obviously at the corner kick. So that's why we go for our short corner and then the L1 cross on Van Dijk. And going into the lead of this game. Easy interception. I anticipated it, moved this player. Play the through pass here. Going for running fake shot. And I think you can see what was possible with this. Oh, Neymar did a very long step for the finish, and that's why I totally ruined my timing on this one. Okay, we had chances to score the second goal. This is always not nice, but I'm totally avoiding his play, or I will go for I thought for Rabona cross, but for El Tornado cross, but I screwed this up. So another corner, R1 already, as you can see now at my controller input. This is the time to press it, right? And then go for a quick X pass, 1 versus 1. Try to balance it a little bit. Oh, this is a goal kick? Okay. But he's making a lot of mistakes. Okay, I have to go back. I don't like the options at the moment, that's why I'm circle it around a little bit. Now I can try to combine it. And he moved the goalkeeper into the other side, so even though the shot was not as accurate into the corner, but because he moved his goalkeeper, he wasn't able to save this. Okay, I saw that he's committing for a dribbling here, and that's why I was able to be a little more aggressive. You know, going for the through pass here to Havertz. Wasn't really able to commit to continue on the wing, that's why I just stopped. Don't like the position here, that's why I'm circled around. Trying to get a little bit of space here, and then I screwed up my skill move. At the moment my opponent is not really taking part of this game because he's playing very counter heavy and is losing the ball quite fast, as you can see, right? He should try to slow down a little bit, because he's missing some players in the attack. Now he's playing a little bit of pressure, but we can avoid this. Very important in these situations is that you look for what player he is actually controlling. So we almost lost it here. Not very good attempt. I was close to intercepting one of these passes, but I'm still in a decent defending position. I tried to intercept this. Now I did. And we can try to counterattack, but I wasn't really able to play a pass to Ronaldo, and that's why I go back to my CDM and make it a little bit slower. I don't have to counterattack if I don't have the feeling that I have enough players up front. And I can build up slowly, but still get in a position to score. Decent defensive effort here from my opponent. Okay, now we are not as good position, but my opponent played a Not as good pass. I had better options than to do this. I'm so tired of these sliding tackles. I wanted to go for a fake shot, and because I didn't have the ball under full control, the game thinks, hey, let's go for a sliding tackle, which doesn't make any sense at all. I hate this. I hope this is not going to be in the game in FIFA 20, and I also hope that these running fake shots are not as strong. I have totally control over my opponent. Could have more ball possession if I would opt to slow down my attacks a little bit. But defensively I'm very strong, 95% passing accuracy. The passing accuracy of my opponent is still quite high with 86%. I think it could have been lower because he was playing some bad passes, but it's okay. Thanks Marova for your support and for your help. What's your best record, bro? Yeah, I finished, I guess, 7 times with 21 and 1. So I didn't manage to get to 30-0 so far. I'm frustrated by this. So this is a problem when you play Goretzka, in this case with a stay back. Because if he wouldn't have that instruction, he would have been in a better position to play a pass to him. So this is always a little bit of downside to playing it like that. But there are obviously also upsides that you're defensively a little bit more compact and don't concede as much. Okay, now we can counter-attack quite easily. This should have been a goal, right? Ballas Magic Ballas. I think I would prefer Eusebio because of the 5-star weak foot. And he's a little bit more dangerous in the air because I guess he's like 2 centimeters taller and also has a little bit better jumping. So I would prefer Eusebio. Defended very good by my opponent. Nice nutmeg. My opponent is AFK, right? Woo! Yeah. Oh no, he's back. I don't know. I'm a little bit sad when my opponents start to stop playing. Start to stop. These through passes, seriously. This is why nobody is playing actually football, because through passes are so horrible. It was such an easy through pass to Ronaldo and he basically played a pass to the opponent goalkeeper. I really get tired of this. Sometimes I see so bad passes and crosses and finishes as well. Wow, he actually moved the goalkeeper to this angle. This is mind-boggling, to be honest, because this is next level. I always going to finish here to the lower side, and he actually moved to the other side. I thought I'm going to totally mind fuck him, basically. Hello, how are you? I'm a very good player, but it's not good for me when you are doing a great job. What you are doing? Okay, now I got it. When I first read it, I didn't get what you were saying, but yeah, maybe. I thought this might be a good time to try out some other players, but now I forgot to switch. Well, I mean, basically Eusebio, if you did the SBC, you have the prime Eusebio, you can basically play him at every attacking position. You can play him on the wing, you can play him as a central attacking midfielder, I screwed this up. I screwed this up. I wonder if I'm able to score another goal in this game, because apparently have go for very bad tries and fail miserably. Yes, nice. Very good. He's back in the game. First shot. I totally screwed up with Maldini. To be honest, I think I handled it theoretically fine. I am successful with it, like 99.9%. For whatever reason, I don't want to play Maldini, but usually this doesn't happen. And now he's back in the game. I could maybe already could have scored 5 goals. Okay, I have to be focused, because this would be actually a shame if my opponent does get back in this game. Okay, now he's pressuring a lot, so I try to get some space on the ball, and now going for switch of the sides because this player was open. So this is the way how you try to deal with the pressure situations. Can play a through pass here. Defended quite good. This pass is so horrendous. Wasn't easy, to be honest, but that's sick that this pass got through and mine don't. So another switch of sides. I tried to prepare it, setting it up. Okay, now we have to score from this. I'm tired of not scoring. Nice. Finally, some decisiveness. So back to Eusebio. Here you can basically play him as a playmaker, but also as a striker. I guess the best position is dependent on how much you cross. If you don't cross as much, I think he's a very good winger, but he's still decent in the air, don't get me wrong. I wasn't fully happy with him as a playmaker. He's still decent at this, and I think I wouldn't play him as a striker, but I saw him also, some other guys playing with him as a striker, and he did some very nice stuff. So I think depending on what you like as a striker, it's also possible.
Substitution for the visitors. Coming off the pitch,
But I guess the best position for him is probably the wing.
to be replaced by 11, Marco Rose.
Hey, come on. It's just so crazy. This is crazy. I mean, actually, I didn't try to wasn't focused on defending the kickoff, but I should have gotten the ball at least twice. I don't know. Don't know what was happening here. And then that he was able to score from this is, I don't know, weird. This is very frustrating because this game should never be shouldn't be a competition. And now we have to actually sweat a little bit because I'm a little bit stupid. No, this is a terrible pass. Okay, very good situation. What a bad through pass and very nice nutmeg. Are you kidding me? I pulled out the goalkeeper and nothing happened. I'm going to go for defensive tactic now and trying to close out this game as dirty as it gets, because I'm not going to lose this game, right? Calling him short so that he can get to the ball. I have to be focused a little bit so that I don't lose easily the ball. I have to focus on what player my opponent is controlling. Dude, Havertz was totally open if you just manage to pass it around the opponent. Okay. I'm a little bit lucky with this. This is very awkward, as you can see. I hope this is offside. It is. 2 minutes left. Let's go for a quick check. I think this connection is okay. A little bit delayed, but not as much. Calling short here, Harvard, so that he's there. Nice. Crazy that this gets intercepted, but yeah, I mean, this game shouldn't have been so close at all. Stuff like this annoys me a little bit because I think that I didn't play as good as I could be, or shouldn't be in such a stressful situation at the end, you know. But let's look at the second goal, maybe. And this is the first one. I mean, this is also interesting. Usually no problem at all. I have two options, just go for pass, but you can see, I mean, I did obviously the input of the pass. The safer variant is to play back to the goalkeeper because it's an easier pass, but then you are in a struggle that you have to play a pass with the goalkeeper. So I don't like it as much, and usually it's always going to work that I play a pass to Van Dijk here, but for some reason Maldini did nothing, right? Okay, nice, very nice. And then I guess I already had the ball, but no, for whatever reason. I don't usually do this because I don't really bother in the end with stuff like this, but here I think it's a little bit weird. I don't know what happened before, but for whatever reason the ball passes Gullit. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the upcoming stuff, what's happening. Yep, I got it shortly, but don't. And then Pepe scored this goal. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I didn't play to my best in this game, so it's good that I still won it in the end. And now we're going to play the last game. I hope that it's not going to be a really tough opponent. But now we get in the range of actually capable opponents, right? Now with 9-1, 9-0, there's a good chance that you get an opponent on Friday who's really, really, really good. Going to apply a squad fitness. And let's see. Already looking for an opponent. Does take some time. And here is the final opponent for today. Yes, this is going to be tough. For sure. Raphael Leflou. This is a totally meta squad. Extremely good players. Wow. Yeah. This is decent. Let's see. I'll be trying to be very focused in the beginning and what kind of game is going to develop. I think this was an attempt to go for a fake shot, but you never know. I like that because I was able to intercept it. Got the ball here as well. So now, I mean, I don't know how often I will going to get to the ball, but don't. Yeah. I mean, I screw up here with the passing, obviously. This is good. Good. I missed the passing opportunity, but this one is still open. Nice, but decent save. Okay, I'm going to cover. I started to cover this one. Okay, I'm going for a slow build-up play. I could have tried to go for a quicker counter-attack, but I think there was a decent chance that it's going to get intercepted. Oh, he's pressuring me a lot. Don't be ashamed to play passes like this. But because as soon as you outplay him here... Oh, I thought if you're going to be patient, at some point there's a good chance that you have a lot of space if you're pressuring that much. So that's why I don't mind it as much if my opponent is playing so much pressure. I think this is also nice because usually I have a good chance to get to the ball in this situation. He's doing good moves, but I anticipate a lot of it. Also this La Coqueta. I hope he's not offside. Oh, he is. He was barely offside. I thought maybe there's a chance that his left back is putting him on onside, but unfortunately he didn't. Hey, come on! You can't play a pass like this and it's not getting intercepted. That's fucked up. Sorry. Come on! How often am I supposed to get to the ball cleanly and not getting the ball? I have to finish in the other corner, obviously. But the opponent is good, as you can see. Nice. I could be in the lead right now. This game is a little bit frustrating now. If I wouldn't have ended up with ball possession now, I think I don't know what to say. Playing safely. Not as safely as I wished. But if I don't feel comfortable at playing at one side, I will go for another switch of sides. It's a very good technique. Too bad. Not very good. Okay, get this. Nice. I tried to get to the second post with this cross, obviously, but nice. Nice! This is it. Come on. If you do mistakes like this, you're supposed to be punished for it, and at least I was successful with it. You can't play out a pass like this, like he did, and finally I get rewarded for it, that I get him to do some mistakes. Also, this is not... No. I was also close to intercepting this, so it's a little bit frustrating what's working here for my opponent and what's not. Well, these quick lob passes are 1 plus square. Okay. He's playing very good pressure, I have to say, so I have to be focused on this quite a lot to play it a little bit more safe than you usually do. He's offside, right? Yeah. This is, I have to be focused a little bit better than this and not end up in a situation where I play a pass like this. Do more La Coquetas like this, because I'm going to defend it at some point. Okay, I was not able to play two Harvards, which is bad, or which is sad. Not bad, sad. Ooh, if this pass, come on, seriously?
The referee has indicated there will be a
How is this not getting intercepted?
time.
This is crazy. I mean, I don't try to go for another attack. Wouldn't have enough time. I would have gone for the risk of losing the ball one more time, giving my opponent another attack. That's why I just tried to get off into halftime. It's a little bit ridiculous if this pass like to Ronaldinho doesn't get intercepted, even though I'm fully committed to this passing lane. And as you can see, I don't allow a lot of shots of my opponent, but this game is always going to be dangerous as long as I'm only leading with 1 or 2 goals, because he's doing good moves. He knows what he's doing, and this is a game where your opponent just needs 1 shot, and could also be different that he already had like 2 or 3 shots. It's not that I'm dominating him right now, right? The La Coqueta is a little bit too strong. I mean, I can see that a lot of people struggle with it. It's inherently too strong for some reasons. The Italian Stallion did a very good video on this. My crosses are not very good today. That's a fucking terrible pass. Yeah. This, as I said, he's always dangerous. It's another terrible pass, but it's working out. This is frustrating. I mean, now I have to focus. I shouldn't lose the ball right away from kickoff. He's still playing with pressure. I like that. This is, I shouldn't play a pass like this. Sometimes we'll get a penalty here. Very good from my opponent. I committed to the wrong side. I thought he's maybe going to intercept this one. Very bad crosses today. Okay. I have no clue where Neymar is going. He was making sure that I'm not able to play a pass to him. I hate stuff like this. Totally screwed this one up. Yeah, this is what I figured. I pressed pause more as of a reflex. This is a very slow game for me, so my players don't lose a lot of stamina. So I don't need to switch or don't need to sub. Very Very important. This is a terrible attempt. I should have just tried to play and try combine something instead of going for a cheap cross like this. Wow, he's still playing so much pressure. I was better at chance creation in the first half, I feel like. I don't get a player selected, this is very frustrating. So this was a decent chance, but I moved my goalkeeper. Nice, this is very good. Wow, I wonder what would have happened if it wouldn't have been blocked. That's good pressure here. This damn sliding tackle is so annoying. I don't want to rage, but obviously I don't want to go for a sliding tackle in this situation, right? I have to think about it. I don't know how where the foul was, but at least it's not as near to the goal. FIFA addict, sorry to say, but you talk a lot of nonsense. Actually nonsense. It's still very hard to sub out these players, to be honest. But it's Neymar who has to go. Okay, now we are in the crunch time. If I concede, it's going to be not good, so I have to be fully focused on defense. Especially by a corner. Okay, maybe you'll get a chance to counterattack here. Foul. Sorry, I have to focus a little bit. Can't answer any questions now about formations and stuff. Very sad that Mbappé decided to just also move away. That's not good. He could have and should have scored from this, because this was very good and I defended it not properly, so there would have been a good chance that I just lost the game in this situation. Shouldn't happen, definitely. Struggle a lot with the pressing of my opponent here. It's very hard to go for a good build-up against him, because he's doing a good job. No, don't call it off. Come on. I mean, stats-wise, it looks good for me, but obviously this was a much worse second half, and now we get an extra time, and the opponent definitely deserved it. It's very hard, struggling a lot in this game. That's a good pass. Nice. Finally a cross which connects to one of my players. And as you can see, I was just quiet now because maybe he's not offside. Nice. This is how you close a game. Like, your opponent conceded the one goal, and when he's still a little bit tilted, you are just ruthless. Should be my ball. No. Okay. Oh, not so good. A little bit too close to the goal line. Okay, we'll go for the defensive tactic. This game is not over because my opponent already showed that he's playing very good pressing, and that's why I have to be totally focused. One game and he's totally back in this game. Not going to comment on this. Seriously. This is like the shame of FIFA 19. This is it's terrible. You don't get rewarded for playing football, you know? This would have been the closing goal in this game, but Mbappé decided to miss the goal 2 yards away from the goal. Okay, so 50 minutes now. Totally focused, and one mistake of my opponent and we got this. I'm going to sub in another winger, and yeah, Aouar to strengthen the defense. Cruyff Legacy, we will see about it. Maybe we'll leave it online. I guess so, yeah. I think so, yes. But next time you should be here live, you know, to make sure that you're actually able to see it. But okay, focus to this game. As I said, the opponent is playing good pressure, so what I will go is to make sure about safe passing, good dribblings, to not lose ball possession easily. Always pay attention to what player my opponent is controlling. And based on this, try to find the best passing option for you. The best dribbling option can be several things. And also, as I mentioned before, be safe with these throw-ins. 1-2 passes like this can also help you to get rid of the pressure a little bit. Interesting way of playing out from this position. Nice pass from Aouar. A lot of space now. It's very hard to defend for him here. I think it was a good attempt. Maybe I should ship the goalkeeper. I'm not very good at this, so most of the time I forget it. Maybe I should have waited for the cross. Was not the best setup. Very bad dribbling by me. I gave Gullit the option to get to the ball, so either I pass a little bit earlier or I think this is a good pass. Now 1-2 or triangle situation here. He has to commit now quite a lot to defense, so if my player would have played the pass that I just gave the input to, I guess I would have had a decent chance in the penalty box. Can play here. Go for a running fake shot. Tried to go for the La Coqueta following up, but I was already too close to my opponent. But what is very good, I mean, the second half of extra time I totally dominated. He was not even close of scoring a goal. And this is how you want to close out the game, right? Even though he played a lot of pressure. E-Red, if you're playing 4-2-3-1 with CDM's position, I think that Vieira is better. But to be honest, I haven't played with AOA a lot. I only sub him in some from time to time, and I don't have a very good feeling about him, to be honest. And I have a very good feeling about Vieira, so I probably would stick with Vieira, but it also depends on the other guy. I mean, I don't even know what position you're referring to. I mean, or what formation you're playing. So, but in a 4-2-3-1, most of the time I would prefer Vieira. But it also depends on the other guy who's partnering up with him. Alright, thanks Marova for the support. I know the chat seems a little bit heated at the moment. FIFA Addict likes to propose his opinion. I mean, he's feel free to do it, but I think it's never a good option to say my opinion is the only valid one, and I have the feeling from the stuff that I saw that you might proposing this. I don't know. Do you play manual crosses or semi? Semi, and I would highly recommend this. From my point of view, manual is very hard to implement in your game, but if you're able to do it, I think there is a possible upside to it, but I'm not sure if it's worth it to actually try to learn this. Thanks for all the compliments and kind words. I wasn't sure how this is going to go, how it's going to go down, and how I'm going to finish this. I'm quite satisfied. Could have been better at some point. I know that I apologized a little bit, that I don't comment everything and stuff like that, that I don't read as much questions, but I also wanted to focus a little bit on the gameplay. That's why it was like that, and maybe I don't have to apologize as much when I focused on the game. I will just briefly update the record, and I think, I mean, last one reminder is that if you're new to this channel, check out our other content. I think we provide very helpful videos, and you're going to continue with this on FIFA 20, so we would highly appreciate if you would subscribe to this channel, and also, this is quite important, activate the bell to not miss any of the upcoming videos. I sound exactly like in the video. And yeah, if you have a few questions now, I guess before I end the stream, I can answer some. Nice, Alex. Yeah, I mean, we get good feedback, and maybe I will do it also in the next few weeks. Next week, for sure not, because I'm not sure if I'm going to play, but I know for sure that I'm not here. So I'm at my hometown. My nephew has his first birthday. So this is very hard to pronounce. First birthday, and I'm going to be back home. So I'm not able to stream, but maybe the weeks after. And I guess I'm not going to continue with the 20 remaining games, because maybe I do. I don't want to rule it out totally. I will see how I can arrange my playing time this weekend, and maybe more more less likely, yes, more likely the next 10 games, for example, and I will see how this is working out. If I have the feeling that I'm still fully concentrated or that I'm able to play a good level while streaming, then I will maybe continue. I don't rule it out. But if I notice that I totally suck ass, let's put it that way, then I might not continue streaming. I don't know. Thank you, Yap. Thank you. Yeah, I guess, as I said, maybe I could have done a little bit better. It's very hard to find the right line on how much you comment and that you stick to a topic. I think this is the most challenging thing for me. Is I guess several times I started to talk about something and I didn't follow it up enough. And maybe this is something that I would like to improve, that I talk enough about a certain topic, that I feel that I have a consistent line in it. And maybe in the future, if we continue with this, I would try to set a certain focus for the whole stream. So for example, player switching, how to get ball possession, how to tackle, how to initiate runs and stuff like that. So that I know for sure this is something that I want to bring over, or which I want to explain to you in this stream as the main focus. Because now it was all over the place, but I intend to do it this way for this stream because I wanted to see how it's working out in general. So why some players bounce the branch? Bounce the branch, exactly. Bronze the bench. So you mean putting bronze players on the bench. They do it to get a lower team rating, and some people think or thought that they have then easier games, maybe because of matchmaking, maybe because of handicap and stuff like that. I guess over the last few years, since FIFA 17, since Foot Champions started, less and less people do it because they notice that it's not working. I think I'm clearly have the opinion that it's not working. As you can see, I have a fully loaded bench. And for some people, I think they still do it, even though I think they don't believe in it anymore. They do it because they feel better with it. For them, it's for the sake of mine, so to say. So they feel more comfortable with it, and they have only the 3 players that they want to sub in, and that's enough. And then lower the team rating to avoid handicap. I mean, this is their reasoning probably, but from my point of view, this is not working. I played several 31-0s. Never 40-0. I played several 21 and 21 and 29 and once, and I never did bronze benching. And I'm not the best player in the world, obviously, and I'm not among the best players in the world, and I'm still able to get to decent results even though I don't bronze bench. So this is some sort of a reasoning for me that it's not a thing, but you can have a different opinion on it. And obviously you're going to say, for sure you get decent results with this team. Yes, but I only invested like 200 euros in this account at the start of FIFA 19, and everything else is due to trading and especially due to the rewards. And my team improved over the last 1 or 2 months significantly. Before that, I never had a team like that because I achieved 3 times the top 100 during the TaZz time, and I made probably like 15 to 20 million of coins with the TaZz rewards, and that's why I'm able to play a team like that. Thank you, Bruno Brandau, and obviously also a nice weekend to you, and good luck and fun with the weekend league. I know this sounds suspicious for some people, but I always like to try to point it out. I mean, this is also something that I'm a little bit frustrated about, that I was frustrated about the game that openly, but there were situations in the last 2 games where I really was a little bit mad that it worked out, but I have to control it a little bit better. E-read, I would need to have a specific game situations to answer this properly. I mean, obviously one big help is that I have very good players which have very nice dribbling stats. This is going to help, obviously. Then maybe it's about the fake shot that I did quite often, is doing a fake shot to control the ball. You can change the direction quite easily with this, so you have to, I mean, can I show it here? Yeah, but I'm screwing up in the menu. So let me see how this looks in the live controller input. So this is a fake shot, right? Oh, I have to be really, 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 really cautious. So I press the square button, X button in quick succession. And this is how you do a fake shot, and you have to do it quite some time before your player is actually controlling the ball, and then you can change the direction immediately when he's controlling the ball. Maybe you mean this one, or also, I mean, when you talk about controlling the ball, we have a very, very good video. I'm very sad that not a lot of people watched it, because I think it's one of the best videos that we have a lot of good videos, but I think it's one of the videos that has so much content in it, and it's the one about controlling the ball, about the different techniques, what you have to keep in mind of. I think this video is fantastic, to put it like that, and this is going to help you quite a lot to understand how you should control the ball. And this is something also which I could maybe put some focus on in a gameplay, in a live stream, how you can control the ball. What are your thoughts while doing it? And I explained it in this video, and maybe some live analysis of it would be also very insightful. Yeah, Clint, so one thing that I would recommend is not to screw too much with the tactics. As you can see, I'm playing very basic tactics. It's like balanced. It's nothing too crazy. Oh, I see that I played with 4 instead of 5. I mean, it's totally, usually I play with 5. And it's totally, I mean, it's already the wrong game plan, right? Yeah, I played with 5. And so don't screw, I wouldn't focus too much on tactics. This year, at least from my perception, it's very hard to find the tactics, and to some extent it's not as necessary as it should be. And focus more on your gameplay. Watching your own games is very good. Analyze why you're losing ball possession, and try to find the sources of errors. Is it that you're turning too obvious? Is it that you play to players who have too much pressure on them? Do you play bad passes? And try to focus on your actions and try to understand what went wrong and why is that. Any reason for you to use balanced on dev rather than drop back? I don't see a need for drop back. For me, it feels too defensive. I have the feeling I never tried it out, to be honest, in a normal game. Never tried out. For me, in theory, it's going to prevent me of playing proper pressure, even though I don't have a pressure tactic. I think with good, intelligent player switching and in anticipation of the game and of the flow of the game, you can put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And I think it's much harder if you play drop back. But to be honest, I'm not sure about it. Why don't you use all of these reward players to do icon SBCs? Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but to answer this quite easy is, what kind of icons do I want? So Eusebio Prime Prime Eusebio, I played him. Don't play him on purpose in this team, because I think that Havertz on Mbappe or Neymar are better than Prime Eusebio. So why should I play Prime Eusebio? The same for Pelé, the same for Cruyff, the same for Vieira. Vieira would be an option because Vieira is very good. But I have Goretzka, and I think Goretzka is very similar to Vieira, but offensively, attacking wise, a little bit better. So name me an icon which is actually an improvement. Van der Sar is just a tryout. I mean, these are the first 10 games that I played with him. Nothing too special about him so far. I don't know, maybe at some point I'm going to recognize his skills. Also, I just bought Prime Maldini, or Prime Moments Maldini, 15 games now. Actually played maybe 12 or 13, and the other ones were training games against a colleague of mine. And before that I had Militao. So there are not much icons that actually improving my team. But I'm thinking about just maybe doing Prime Moments Maldini, or maybe Vieira or Cruyff. Or maybe Eusebio. These would be options. I have too many untradables of the special cards. I mean, you can take a look. I have still quite a lot. I mean, Alisson is tradable. Quagliarella is not tradable. And now it starts, right? These are all untradables, which I don't use. And I think they are still a decent way to reduce the cost of an icon SPC, for example. Oh, Clint, so this is quite an easy thing to answer. Oh, I always say it's easy to answer, but then it's going to take me like several minutes to answer. If you want to play online, you can't play legacy defending. So if you want to play online at some point, you have to play classic defending, tactical defending. Legacy defending is not an option for you. And if you don't plan to play online, then I think legacy defending is much easier. It's much more powerful. But I wouldn't try or wouldn't learn a technique which is reducing me in a very strong way, so that in the end, if you want to play online at some point and you notice, I only play legacy defending, I'm screwed. So what I mean is, I guess it's in the explanation. I will have to look it up, but I guess it's in the explanation. Oh, it's not in the explanation. How can I look this up that it's not possible to play with it online? I guess maybe if I'm now going to maybe how do I say, make someone mad, because I'm going to try to join a game but actually not going to join, but just want to look up if I can play with legacy defending. But this is what I heard. I mean, this is what I saw, that it's not possible to play with legacy defending online. And we will see. I guess what I try to do now is to find an opponent here and then go into the controller settings. Yeah, I mean, I played Prime Moments Ronaldinho, and for me, he's not good enough in comparison to the other guys that I'm playing. So this is what I meant. You can't play with legacy defending online. It's stuck to tactical defending. Sorry for the opponent here. So it's not possible to play online with the legacy defending, and that's why if you want to play online, I wouldn't recommend to do it. Yes, we still offer coaching. I forgot to provide a comment for this one, but I'm going to post the... I mean, I have the link in the video description. So this is our coach. Oh yeah, Marova already did. Thank you. The weekly rewards are the big... So it's still team of the season, it's the big leagues, and the most consistent team of the season. So is it most consistent or was it community TaZz? It was community TaZz. Exactly, but it was a mixture of most consistent because these were players who didn't get an inform. So it's a mixture between big leagues and most consistent team of the season. So from my point of view, it's still decent that you get TaZz, but if you look at all the different leagues, combine this, and then see how packs could look like, obviously you could end up with very bad packs because you have so many bad players. Even though they're team of the season, they're still not as good, and or still don't have a good rating, don't cost as much. So yeah, the rewards are a little bit worse than the weeks before, but still it's cool. You can get some cool player picks, I guess. Clint, I think look at I don't know if it's the last two games or only the last game, but it was a good example how to deal with pressure. Dealing with pressure is a combination of safe dribbling, have an understanding. You have to look on what kind of what player your opponent is controlling and how is he trying to get to the ball. Is he trying to intercept a pass? Is he trying to put pressure on you? Intelligent dribbling and finding your open man. And for this, you look on the radar or look at the game on the field, on the pitch, and see what kind of player teammate is open. But you have to combine intelligent passing and intelligent dribbling, and this will help you. And I think the last game was in the end a very good example. He played a lot of pressure on this. Ahmed, I'm not sure if you're trolling me, but I just explained you can't play online with legacy defending. You can't. You can only play tactical defending online. It's not possible to play online with legacy defending. So your question is answered by this. On Twitter, you could see someone leaking how the pack is going to what the pack is going to contain. And I'm not sure if it's already in the menu, but the pack was leaked in the code, and then you know what is coming up in as rewards. Okay, so it's not visible here. But the pack is already in the code, and that's why you know what the pack is going to contain. Biggest pay-to-win player. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I don't think that I'm the biggest pay-to-win player when I only, I know it's still quite a lot. It's 200 euros that you have to invest, but I invested only 200 euros in comparison to a lot of other pros, top 100 players. It's not as much, and I still have a very decent squad. Why? Because I finish the weekend league usually quite good. Most of the time, Elite 100, yes, exactly. Elite 1, occasionally top 100. There were also some Elite 2 and 3 finishes, but over the course of the year, these rewards carried me. Saying, no, I don't think so that we start an English Twitch channel. I mean, we can live stream on this channel, and I think it makes much more sense to have a YouTube channel, which is growing very good. We are so happy with the growth of this channel over the last few months, that it's still going. A lot of people say that FIFA is obviously dead, and we are approaching this time, and people saying this for quite a while now, but still we are growing quite good, and we are happy with that. And obviously it makes sense then also to live stream on this channel when we have such an active community. Okay, not as much questions anymore. I think this is good, and now is a very good time to stream this, exactly, to to end this stream. Oh, sorry, I read it, but I mean, Militao 87 is very good. Both center backs that you mentioned are quite good. Maybe I played 87 Militao, and I thought he's not as good, but only for a few games, and I played a lot of different Van Dijk versions. I played the 95, the 96, the 91 and 92. Maybe also 93, I'm not quite sure. And I really liked all of them. So I think I would prefer 91 Van Dijk. But it's very close. You can't go wrong with one of these. No, Atos Vaca. No, I'm too stupid. I always lose one game, and there was one weekend league. So I had one weekend league where I was 91, yes. 29-0. I lost the last game, and I deserved to lose it. Then I was maybe 25 or 25-0. I lost the next game. I was 26-0. I lost the next game. And then right in the beginning of FIFA 19, I had a weekend league where I only lost one game, and it was an error of the game. I disconnected. I had, like, the game broke down, crashed, and was leading. And I finished with 29-1. So this would probably had been the 30-0. But I didn't do it because of the error of the game. The game crashed. But I still try to do it, try to get it here now in the last weeks of the FIFA 19 weekend leagues. Should I only play home games? I wouldn't recommend this. And to be totally honest, I really enjoy it in the case that I have the feeling that I start the weekend league on Friday, right? And I'm at 3 wins and 0 losses, and already hear people back out when they're playing away. And so I have the feeling I play quite a lot of people who only play home games. And for me, it's a little bit of joy to feel like they try to get weaker opponents doing this and end up getting me. I think this is hilarious, to be honest. And I wouldn't do it to only play home games, because it's a cheaty way of doing it, and also you want to improve as a player. And I'm also not quite sure if it's actually still working in that way as it maybe did a few weeks ago, because a lot of people noticed that not so good players starting to only play home as well, and so the whole benefit of it is not as good anymore, because now maybe the better players notice, I don't gain anything by only playing home, because I can still play a lot of not so good players when I play away. So they start to also play away, and the people who only play home are now screwed. Darchios, I can't answer this question properly, because these are my first games on TaZz. Don't have really an opinion on him. And I never played the Team of the Year De Gea, only in a full draft. He was monstrous in the beginning, and when I played full draft during the Totti time, when he started to be in the goal of the opponent, he ruined 1 or 2 games for me where he did some miracle saves. So I think De Gea is great, but I never played with him. FIFA addict, sorry man, but this is the next thing. It doesn't matter if you play a home or not, because you're connected to a server. The game is running on a server, so you're not hosting if you're playing home. So this is a placebo, a typical placebo effect. This is not actually a thing that you have a better connection because you're playing home. This might work when you play an online how's it called here? Online single match. Because in these games, this is a peer-to-peer connection, and there it might be an advantage if you're playing home. But in division rivals, in the weekend league, and also in full draft, I guess since this year, you're playing on servers. So it doesn't matter if you're playing home or away, you have the same connection to the server. Greetings back to Mexico from Germany. Florian Blue, I discussed the controlling ball mechanics a few minutes earlier. To make it short, we have a very good video, I don't know if you have already seen it, with the how to control the ball. It was released maybe 2 months ago, so check this out. I guess it is a very good video to get an overview, and I think there are also some very good tips how to get better control of the ball. The Baucherie, I use the second man press. I use it in a way that I do it when my opponent is building up. He's in his half, he's around the midfield. I have an anticipation in what kind of way he's going to develop his play, in what kind of direction he's playing, what kind of next pass is he playing. Then I can use my player to go to the next player that he's playing to and use the second man press to put pressure on the opponent. And as soon as I notice that he's reacting to my way of defending, for example, he's not playing the pass but turning around, then I switch back to the player who's nearby, the player who's in ball possession, and then try to get to the ball. So there's a good mixture, but the general concept is in the beginning, use the second man press to control a player who then is reading the game, or where I can intercept passes that my opponent is going to play next. So these are the situations when I do it, but I don't do it as soon as my opponent is getting closer to my goal, when there is a chance that one of my defenders, one of my players in the defensive line, is going to get pulled out. You don't want to do that. You're going to lose so much defensive stability if you're using second man press in these situations, and that's why you should not use it as much when your opponent is around your box, in a counter attack, is already on your defensive line. You shouldn't use the second man press unless you are aware of what player is going to join. You can see there's a second indicator. This is showing which player is going to come and going to be used for the second man press. And when you notice, all right, this is a central defensive midfielder, for example, you can do it. But when you notice that, and this is the problem, the closer you get to your defensive line, the higher the chances that the second man press is one of your defenders. And then I would highly recommend it to not do it, because this is going to create some gaps in your defensive line. All right, so guys, I guess I could chat quite a few hours more, but I would like to end this stream, and I would like to eat something. Muhammad Ali, I have a tactics command. I will just type it in for myself. FIFA Addict did also as well, and at some point Nightbot should answer you, and it's basically like this. At some point Nightbot is going to post my tactics, right? He's not doing it, so it's super. There it is. And this is basically what my tactics instructions are. I'm not going to show every game plan because it does take too much time. But yeah, I have a defensive one, a normal one, a more aggressive one, and then an all-out attack. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks a lot. It was a blast. It was an amazing first stream. So many nice people showing up, giving so good feedback. Thanks for your attention. If you haven't subscribed to our channel so far, do it now, and then see you next time. Bye.